late city has arrived. Ugh. Ugh. I got a tournament to host. Oh boy. How goes? How goes? Esterific Ace, what's up? I'm in like the middle of posting a video right now. There we go. Then I gotta... Oh man, I should not have tried doing this so last second. Now the tournament's delayed. What am I doing? So I gotta get the YouTube VOD link in the video. And then I gotta drag this over. Alright. And then... Is this thing done uploading? This thing should be done uploading, and then I can add the end screen. Alright, here we go. Alright, sick. Alright. Alright, video is uploaded. Tournament's beginning now. If you want to join last second, go to the bottom link. What? My game's still not showing. Come on, game. You got this. Game capture. Why is it set to Warcraft 3? Oh, I know why. Let's see here. Game capture, Warhammer. There you go. 3. Gotta go here. You gotta delete this thing. You gotta do capture specific window. Warhammer 3. Alright, we're set there. Alright, sick. Alright, let's get this tourney started. We have delayed long enough. By now, everyone must have checked in. So, we are generating the bracket. I'm doing gun lines today. Hope you guys are excited for that. We're doing hella gun lines. Goblins. Round 1 has begun. Maximillionaire has a buy round. Interesting. So we just gotta go there, give him a Swiss point. Unfortunately, I do have to host, but I get my fun format, so that's pretty cool. All right. It's not a. It's the Greases. It's the Greases stream that I'm posting. The Greases stream edit. Alright, so we make this public, and then I think we're good to go. I'm up against Charix. Oh boy. Yo, yo. What's up, Charix? So, I'm Kislev, Empire, Grand Cathay, Dwarves, and Ogres. Pretty excited. Watch him just crush my face. I don't know how well gun lines do against players like Charix. So, let's see here. Who's top bracket? I'm top bracket. Hell yeah. Albane. Oh, he has 2 greenskins? What a mad lad. The Tomb Kings generally suck against guns, so I'll actually keep them around. I'll ban Skaven and High Elves. Then again, greenskins are really good at rushing down. They're really good at rushing down armies, so I don't know if that works, but yeah, America maxing. Close to it. That's the plan. Let's see here. OBS dashboard. Here we go. Gunline Anticity, that's right. Yo, attack speed enjoyer, you moved on to the Twitch chat. Crazy sauce. All right, here we go. And it's time. And it's time. He's playing Greenskins. All right. Kislev, Grand Cathay, and Ogres. Or we gotta get the dwarves in there, right? Okay, ogres, Grand Cathay, and dwarves against greenskins. Am I insane? Yes. Indeed we are. First map is Dunes. Alright, here we go. What factions are you playing? I picked the 5 factions with gunpowder. Kislev Empire, Grand Cathay, dwarves, and ogres. I think those are the are there any other gunpowder factions? That might be all of them, actually. Skaven's technically not gunpowder, but gun lines they can do. Oh, and Coast, obviously, but I'm not gonna play Coast. They're dead to me. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you like to flip-flop. Yo, I got wrecked in Turin's tournament yesterday. We got so wrecked, man. Oh god, I screwed up my Kislev build. It turns out Kislev, if you're going for the single entity build, you kind of need the incarnate elemental. Greenskins versus Grand Cathay. Oh hell yeah. Alright, here we go. Still got the insanity Luther blocker. Let's see, what blocker do I want today? What blocker is you know, this one just looks nice, doesn't it? Alright. So greenskins, they're pretty good at shutting down gun lines because they have insanely large amounts of units. Where the guns though? Well, Cathay has loads of guns, man. They got shotguns, they got long range guns. I guess that's about it though, right? They have explosives, that's for sure. They definitely have artillery. The blocker? Oh, I see. True, true. Blocker doesn't have guns. Yeah, Cathay guns are great. I'm not too worried about that. I'm expecting today to be a little sus though. Like, I feel like this will probably be quite difficult to win. I don't know. I just feel like the greenskins are gonna run me over. Maybe not though. Ooh, do I want this spell? Maybe. All right, so you know what? Actually, this is a pretty cool strat that I got going here. Yeah, all right. Alrighty, now we're cooking. He says guns, but then it's just full cav crane gunners again. The ultimate mind games. Okay, you can't play Cathay without some cavalry, but primarily it's guns. Honestly, the 12 gun unit is kind of silly. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's you know, it worked in land battles when the army sizes were smaller. But in domination, really, how am I supposed to gun max? How am I supposed to have fun with a million guns? Sure, one of these, one of those. All right. All right. Why is he hovering Skaven? I know why he's hovering Skaven. Kind of sus. Can't shut down the guns if there's only guns. The Ultima strat. Anyways, we will be taking like the maximum number of range units every game. It's the only way to play this tournament right now. Is it effective? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is we're memeing really hard. I don't expect to make it. Yo, Karafti, what's up? We're playing Cathay again with guns. Yeah, no, it's Sharks on Greenskins. I banned his Skaven. Skaven are so good against range factions, it's insane. between the Giselles and the like. It's big ol' pain in the butt. I don't want to deal with it. What's your favorite faction for gunlines? Used to be Coast. Right now, it's probably, if I had to hazard, I guess, Dwarves might actually be really good for this strategy. Karav's heart will bleed from my atrocity of a build, surely. That's typically what happens. A Karav honestly, I think Karav is gonna be happy with. If it's not a melee build, I can't forget to bring the war drum. So I think we're good. I will say a lot of people get peeved by my crazy builds. We play off meta like all the time. They never know. They never know what we're gonna bring. Oh, yo, I'm so ready for this. I'm so ready. We're gonna win. Also, yo, I got Mechabellum today, guys. You know it's on sale, Steam sale today. I got Mechabellum. I'm gonna try it out at some point. Seems like a very fun game. Can dabble. Will I stream it? Maybe not. But I think it would be fun to just take a look-see. It's quite fun. Mechabellum slaps. Ah, hell yeah. Yeah, but right now, if I'm streaming not Warhammer, it's probably gonna be Warcraft. Tournament's coming up in like 5 days. I did breach 1400 elo though, so that's pretty hype. The highest ranked player is at is almost 1500. Stream Mechabellum. You guys are gonna backseat so hard. I've never played it before. I probably suck. Alrighty, here we go. It's time to bring the balloons. I brought balloons, people. The balloons are in. They're gonna crush it. There's no way we lose this. Let's see here. It's a game about matchups and adapting. Ah, hell yeah. Alrighty. Okay, this is big knowledge game. You telling me it's a game not about crazy amounts of APM and micro? Haven't seen balloons in a while. Yeah, it's zero micro because it's like an auto battler. But like I think the term auto battler will make it sound worse than it actually is. All right, here we go. Prepare for some electricity cookery. All right, goblins and the cheap infantry are gonna be really good versus, right? But you know what isn't gonna be really good? You know what they're not gonna be really good against? Spellcasting, okay? What in God's name? This is what you call the Mega Build. Okay? Okay, look at this. Alright. So look at this. We got the double balloon to give myself some board control. Constellation of the Dragon to snipe artillery. Wind Blast and Dragon's Breath for days. And then Guns into the Horizon. Now, I do have some cavalry, but we did max out on guns anyways. He brought skirmishers. Let's go. What are you supposed to do with that? Oh my gosh, he doesn't even see it coming. I whiffed though. What in the accuracy is that? Some terrible accuracy. Is it a Ragnarok spider? What, do you think I was gonna cav max him? You crazy man. Crazy man. We don't cav max in here. Alright, so he does have some more spiders over there. Oh, that's not gonna kill this thing. Your magic is not gonna kill the balloons. Absolutely not, good sir. Alright, so yeah, let's get one unit of cavalry to start. We gotta encroach with the balloons. Get them to start poking, you know. Yeah, hell yeah. Crane gunner is craning it. Alright, now we can't play too aggressive or he's just gonna kill me. That Ragnarok spider is kind of spooky too. You can see his artillery piece over there. Unfortunately, Overcast is 20 winds of magic. It's kind of expensive. Dude, you're not going to kill the balloon. You're going to run out of... You are going to run out of magic before that balloon goes down, my good sir. Alright, so what we need is to get some horsemen. Get some horsemen going. He has Grom the Paunch. Oh, God. Alright. Here we go. So it's going to go here. Huh? I need one more winds of magic. Come on. Come on, you darn magic. There we go. Gonna need to get some more cavalry here. Okay, so that should just delete his artillery piece. There we go. And then we turn our guns about face. We debuff these guys. Nice. Okay, there we go. It didn't actually kill them. That's surprising. It does rout them, though, which is all I really need. Guns do get to fire over there, so they're just getting massacred. The thing is, he's trying to kill the balloon, which is not really working out for him too well. Bomb drops away. So then we drop the bombs on his face, right? Grom the Paunch is just straight up dying. Very nice. And then with our cavalry in here, they are harmonizing. Very nice. I got some flank shots going. Honestly, not too bad. Just, I think he way overcommitted. And like this thing's just distracting an infinite tide of skirmishers, I guess. Oh God, is this actually working? I'm not gonna call it just yet, but it is looking fairly nice for us. So far. Wind Blast is great over here. That'll just get him routed. Nice. Oh my gosh, that's a chunky Wind Blast. Yeah, he's finally given up on trying to kill my my balloon over here. He's going for the Lord Snipe now. Makes sense. Anyways, I should just be able to shoot Grom up. He is in shooting range. Nice. Solid route over there. And now we're just chilling, right? Now he's just dead. Yo, am I seriously gonna get another bomb drop? Bombs away! Did it do any damage? I don't know. It's hilarious though. Oh my gosh. Yo, what's Grom even gonna do here? Dude, he's just gonna get pummeled by a million guns. Oh my gosh. Bombers can deal with that. Yeah, I just gotta get the crane gunners to safety, but I think we'll be fine. Yeah, no one expects the double balloon. No one's used to dealing with that crap. No one's used to how absurdly tanky they are as a unit. They're like so much tankier than they have any right being. Oh dang, Grom lives up. Grom actually survived. Yo, those guns though, holy crap. They're pummeling him. There goes his boys over there. Come on, live, you darn lord, live. All right, nice. So we routed off those guys. This balloon's doing great. And I could probably just surround Grom with some of these guys. He does have a unit of cav on me though. I gotta be careful. We must be careful. He also still has a spider and a triple cap, so it's like absolutely not over yet. I'm gonna have to like kill Grom. Oh, that's a crazy good volley though. That's a very good volley. Yeah, I still have so many shotguns alive. As long as he can actually get the shots off, I'll be okay. Okay, nice. My lord lives. Squigs are coming on in. We will have to manage them. But I have taken over this area. And there we go. There go those orc boys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yo, the crane gunners. The maximum crane gunning action. All right. Time to kill that cav unit. Grom the Paunch, I don't have to worry about too much. Come on. Come on. I just have to recapture points now. If I can just do that, we actually might win with the gun max. That would be crazy. Okay, you need to shoot over there. You gotta kill him. Oh, use the hill. Ah, crap. Pretty brutal. Was unable to use the hill. Lords on death's bed. There we go. Still a very sus game. Still a very sus game indeed. Yo, oh crap, I left the peasant horseman over there. Okay, so that's not gonna get captured anytime soon. It's a little unfortunate. It's a little unfortunate. He has some spider riders coming on in too. Honestly, could be a little sus. How's my lord doing? She's doing fine. She's doing just great. There we go. All right, so there's another capture point at least. Yeah, I think I just gotta spam crowmen, right? I think with enough crowmen we'll be okay here. Like, definitely a lot of my crane gunners are getting shut down. But, yeah, crowmen definitely clean up here now with their harmonizing and such. There you go. Fairly nice capture. Yeah, I love the balloons just chilling. They're just... they are just chilling. Oh, shot right into his cavalry. Is that just friendly fire me to death, though? I have no idea. Let's see here. How's Grom doing? Trading-wise, it is very close. Okay, there we go. Big charge, big charge. If I can just kill off that Arachnarok spider, no more terror for him. And the cavalry late game crushes it, I think. All right, these things, I can probably just desummon now. I'll leave the low HP one, but I think I just need cavalry at this point. And crowmen for the cleanup crew. I think once we do that, we should be fine. Lord's still alive. Barely, but she is still alive. There you go. Spider's down. All right. Yeah, he's done for. We have a triple cap. He's army wiped. There's like nothing left here, bro. There's actually nothing left. I can't believe we did it. I think he played way too aggressively. If I had to judge his play, I think he played way too aggressively, but it kind of worked. Kind of worked in the end. You can't say we didn't win with the cav max. I mean, with the gun max. God, I played too many cav maxes. Yeah, yo, he's actually just dead. Got a huge shotgun volley on Grom. Easy peasy, man. Yeah, lemon squeezy. Look at that. Grom's down for the count. Yeah. Yo, honestly, starting with the skirmishers, though, is rough. And the spider was also really rough, right? Like, if he man-tided, we would just die. Like, this build has some very obvious weaknesses, so it's not something you can just chuck out at the beginning of the game. I wonder, did his guys rally? Did his artillery crew actually rally? Because I saw some doom divers coming on in, and I don't know if that's... I don't know where that's from. Come on. Come on, what are you doing, crowman? There we go. And rear charged. Nice. All right. Big collapse on his side. Yeah, I just got to get some cav in here. I don't have to worry about running out of units, as the trading has been vicious. Grom is gone. My lord lives to see another day. Hell yeah. And yeah, he's just triple capped. It's over. I can't believe it. This guy is really good, by the way. Like, he's one of the scariest players in the game right now. The fact that we actually managed to win it with the gun line is so crazy. Holy crap. A tussle indeed. A big old tussle, but Cathay reigns supreme. That's game number 1. Nobody expects... Nobody expects the build. I want a double balloon. Oh my gosh. I want a double balloon. Oh, that's dumb. That's real dumb. Let's see here. He was playing Greenskins. There we go. Nice. Nice. Okay, he asked me how his artillery died. That's a good sign. Very good sign. Oh. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, shot 850. The spellcaster maxing was interesting, but not like integral to the build, I don't think. The Iron Hails, though, cooked, man. They cooked so hard. They cooked unnecessarily hard, man. Holy crap. And the bombers kind of help the cavalry a lot. It's interesting. Like, I tried different gun factions. Yeah, I got 5. I got, like, all of them but coast. Okay, the balloons were kind of janky, the sky junks, but they drew a lot of fire. So it kind of worked. Let's see here. Doom Diver, 100 gold. Oh, God. Okay, Spider got hella value on my dudes, though. Hey, that's terrific. Holy crap. Thank you very much for the 100 check. Kroner. I was a doubter, but now I see the light at the end of the barrel. Love it, man. Holy crap. Thank you so much. Dude, I can't believe they actually held versus the cavalry. I'm really surprised how quickly the squigs died. That's the most impressive part, I think. Streltsy spam? Yeah. We're playing Kislev. Mr. Keen, thank you very much for the prime sub. Redeemed a stretch. Yep. Oh, boy. Oh, gotta stretch my wrists. You gotta remember, wrist rotations. Very important if you're at the PC all day. I wish Iron Hails were shotguns. You know, technically, if they just sit there and they're a really large target, Iron Hails do cook pretty hard. I can't wait till they make it where you can reliably count on your range units firing, though. There were a few times when line of sight was pretty much there, but my guys weren't shooting at the cavalry. We'd need to hydrate, thank you. Is Kislev permabanned? Let's see here. Kislev is not permabanned. Is not permabanned yet. Permabanned? No, it's is not permabanned yet. We'll be able to get in. They're better against air? Yeah, they're really good against air. Okay, in the end though, right, I needed the cavalry to clean up. Like, I think the range forces them forward. But yeah. Anyways, the constellation of the dragon though against his gobos. It's 20 wins of magic to guarantee kill a 1,000 gold unit. If you compare it to Buna, that's like really worth, right? That should be like insanely worth. Holy crap. All right, what's the next map? Oh crap, that was his lobby. Whoopsie daisies. Next map is Dry Floodplain. It's Dry Floodplain. Alright. I'm hoping I can play some dwarves. I haven't played Dowie in forever, man. But they're genuinely not that bad. The biggest problem is just capturing points and being a little bit predictable. So like hard counter factions are pretty strong, but this isn't an SFT. We get picks and bans. So like, you know, just a whack load of Thunderers, the Flame Cannon. What if I take 1,000,000 Grudge Rakers? Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Thunderer, Grudge Raker? Okay, what's the difference between Grudge Rakers and the Grim Delvers, though? They count as a Thunderer unit? What? What's the difference? So they have Vanguard, Frenzy, Strider. Technically, they do less damage. 4, 11, 3. These are 2, 6, 3. Huh. Weird. Math is telling me they should do more damage. Anyways, I feel like this is the build. I feel like you just have to go this. What can they even do? What can they even do against such hatred? Iron Drakes to the max, like that dude in Turns tournament. Also very fun. Shoots twice. Well, these guys have 2 shots per volley. This guy has... Oh, I see. Wait, does that mean that these guys actually do more damage? I've like never used them before. Let's get 2 Charybdi. Charybdi. Man, I can't believe we won. I still can't believe we won. So let's compare the Grim Delvers here. It's really weird that it's they're a Thunderer Regiment of Renown, not a other thing, but yeah, Dwarf. It's ranged only builds. You need that durability to go pure ranged. Like they have to be a holding unit. All right, so let's just take a look-see. All right, so we have our Grim Delvers, which is the much more popular unit than the Grudge Rakers, but they should effectively be the same. And yeah, if you take a look at it, they are effectively the same. This one does have stock though, which is really nice. But yeah, it's just slightly lower DPS on these guys. So if people are running Grim Delvers, you should probably run Grudge Rakers too, right? Just kind of makes sense. Yeah, alright. Alright, you stack a bunch of Thunderers with them and then you set. Oh man, oh, this is so fun. Yeah, math is a bit screwy. These guys ended up doing a bit more damage. I think it just doesn't say that they have extra shots. But yeah, so I think I take a bunch of those guys and we have some artillery in reserve to force them forwards. Or like a Thunder Barge. Okay, wait. It's a Thunder Barge. The problem with the Thunder Barge is they can avoid you for a really long time, right? But a gun build basically says that you can't be avoided. You have to rush it down. So if I go max guns and Thunder Barge, then I have no money. But let me take a look. All right, maybe this actually cooks hard. So 4 Thunderers, right? And then you get 2 of these guys and a Thunder Barge. Then what you end up having, let's see here. Rats are calling you. I'm gonna ban Skaven. If someone has 5x Skaven, we're dead. But no one runs 5x Skaven. It's too garbage. Alright, there you go. 11 range units. Alright, what we got? Okay, still one more match being played. So yeah, you do something like this, and you have your 1 artillery piece, so they have to walk forwards. And then, yeah, Balloon Build 2.0. I love how it's more expensive than the Cathay version. But Thunder Barge is hype. What's 5x Skaven? So the way the tournament format works is you pick 5 factions. And then you gotta, yeah, and then there's picks and bans to like narrow it down so that both players have 1 left. But if they have 5 Skaven in their lineup, I literally can't ban them. They're guaranteed to play Skaven. You Barge, it's a gun unit. It's a gun. Goblin Hewer. Okay, Goblin Hewer is pretty jokes. But it's not a gunpowder unit, so I'm a little bit less interested in it. Wait, blasting charges don't count as a range unit anymore? Since when? It's a dream come true, people. Oh my god, this is... yeah, this is the type of build that will make people puke, man. Let's see here. They don't count as a range unit. I can have... all of them can have ammunition, right? So you could get like Malachi. You do you do something like this. It's so close. It's so close. I can almost make it work. Oh my god. Oh man. This is how you play Warhammer. As it was meant to be played. Seems a little against the spirit of 5 factions, just pick the same one 5 times. It is a disadvantage. Because while you guarantee a faction for yourself, your opponent gets to play their 3rd worst faction against you. Like, your opponent will have a pretty easy time just counterpicking. So, I think it's fine. Why do I feel like this build will actually win? Well, mostly because when you're playing multiplayer, if you put people in a situation where they don't really know what's going on, it's very easy for them to make misplays. Yo, yo. Yeah, so, like, these crazy builds, if we played a best of 9 with these crazy builds, I would probably win the first couple games and then consistently lose the next few. But it's very fun in like these one-off tournaments, and it's very nice to mix into your builds. Don't ever put me in a situation. Let's see here. Yeah, Napoleon Total Warhammer. Alright. So we got Ulrich Val. We have our factions. Kislev Empire, Grand Cathay, Dwarves, Ogres. I'm top bracket. So Ulrich Val is what we got here. Maximilianer, Vampire Counts X5. Pretty jokes. Tired of people banning vampire accounts, maybe. Ulrich Val. So he is Empire, Bretonia, Norska, Beastmen, Slaanesh. I think banning Beastmen makes sense, right? Let's not take a gun build into Beastmen. That sounds terrible. And Bretonia, I guess? And then he plays Slaanesh? Yeah, we can shoot Slaanesh up, though. That's easy peasy. It's just Slaanesh, right? Okay, maybe instead of banning Beastmen, I ban Slaanesh. Then again, Slaanesh units are more expensive, so a gun build might actually be hyped there. The problem is, like, it's Hellstriders and such, but you know what? I'll play versus Slaanesh. I have a really good win rate versus him. You know, he's not going to play Bretonia. If he plays Bretonia, he's an absolute insane man. So I'm going to ban Beastmen and Empire instead. And try and bait out the Slaanesh play. Not banning Slaanesh is crazy. You know, this. If I was in the grand finals, I would. Anyways, here's the play. Here's the play. If you pick Slaanesh, Slaanesh can't 20 stack. The only way you can 20 stack as Slaanesh is if you only take their Marauders. This is like the meta 1 year ago. People aren't doing this anymore, okay? I don't have to worry about 40 speed Marauder max anymore. He's probably gonna go for like armored infantry. They're gonna get shot to bits, and then we're gonna win the game. Every 3-1 needs a loss, I guess. You guys, man, non-believers, all of you, okay? Look, trust. The Dowie firepower build is insane. Also, Slaanesh sucks against air, so if I take one Thunder Barge, it's gonna be hilarious. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Kill it with horsemen? Impossible. I can only take one, but that's fine. But yeah, so I take the one Thunder Barge. What happened to rice bag squats? Eventually. My legs are still tired from that squat session a couple streams ago. You get Malachi to heal up the Thunder Barge, right? That's the pro play. It was Ulrich Val gonna respond. Let's see here. Wait, where's the healing? Yeah. So, Machiason's Persuader. So you do that, and then the rest is just such insane DPS. The only thing that can ruin me is like a mega wide build, but that's it. That's it. So you get the Grim Delvers. You get. All right, yeah, that's a build. That's a build right there. Okay. So you get all of those. You get another Grudge Raker, because DPS is the name of the game. Then you go minor maxing, because of course you do. And then you go for a million Thunderers, because how are they gonna dodge? How are they gonna dodge Thunderers, right? And then okay, I should probably take like at least one Slayer. But what if I don't? What if I don't and I do this? Done. The build is done. If you want to play Slaanesh versus my dwarves, he's gonna eat it, man. He's gonna eat it. There's no way. There's no way we lose this. You do have one Slayer? True, yes. Slayer Pirates? Actually not bad. A little expensive, but not bad for sure. Goblin Hero would be hilarious because it is anti-large. Alright. So what's he gonna pick? If he picks Batonia into this lineup, he's insane. Batonia versus like Kislev, Empire, Dwarves, Ogres, Grand Catholic. Ain't no way, man. His ain't no way. Honestly, this is hype though. I think this is actually impossible to lose. If he goes Slaanesh. I think maybe blocker. Well, we don't even know if he's gonna pick dwarves yet. He didn't message me back. He has to figure out which faction to play. Or he needs to give me a lineup of 3, I think. Yeah, he needs to give me a lineup of 3 factions, and then I counterpick. What's his lineup gonna be? Oh wait, no. Wait, so I banned 2. No, he has to pick 1 faction, was it? What does it work? Bottom picks 1 of the remaining 3. Oh yeah, no, he has to pick his faction, then I give him 3. Okay. Did they fix the Fire at Will bug? I think that one's fixed, yeah. Come on, Ulrich Wall. Message back, please. Please, man. Join the lobby. Doesn't send me a single message. Yo, I wonder how Slayer Pirates do. I feel like they're probably not that good into Slaanesh, though. Because they don't have anti-large, man. They don't got none of that anti-large. Oh, they're cheap, though. 750. Unbreakable, armor-piercing missile strength. Slaanesh. Dwarves. Grand Cathay. Okay, you know, if it's a gun build, like I know Corruptor has a sick build, but it's not really a gun build. It is a double balloon build, which is hilarious, but Dwarves. Kislev. Kislev's pretty good. They don't route. You know what? Do I have the Grand Cathay there? Because like Ogre gun build is not gonna work here. Empire gun build is not gonna work. You know what? The highest leadership factions: Dwarves, Kislev, Grand Cathay. Impossible to lose. I think a full cav build will screw this comp. Depends on how elite the cavalry is. 3 balloon build actually. You know, you can't take your lord on foot. And he can still mortis. He can still air mortis. But probably having him in the air is better. Yeah, true. It's 3 balloon. Anyways, what's he gonna do? So he's playing Slaanesh. Guy's playing Slaanesh, and he has to pick between Dwarves, Kislev, and Grand Cathay. Slaanesh versus the Kislevites. Alrighty. So, interesting. It's true, can't be rampaged. No free kills. Alright, Slaanesh. So, unfortunately, Kislev doesn't have as much gunpowder, but at least I can take Streltsy. Streltsy are pretty hype. And then there's the shotgun Streltsy. Okay, so the shotgun Streltsies, there's the ambushers with the pack trap, which is really cool. But yeah, I just want an absurd number of range units and then we win. I think it really is that simple. Now, if you're going for a range build, what magic do you really want? Honestly, Hawks of Miska is still probably the de facto best magic you can take. Because it's just good. And it can rout off all these fools. How do I spend my monies, though? Okay, there we go. This is a good one. Yeah, Armored Cossar is pretty nice. Unfortunately, there is a range unit max. Dang, and you can't cheese it like the Dwarves. What a ripoff. Alright. So, next up after that is I just need something that can kill Hellstriders and we're fine. Gun sleds have guns, yeah. Everything has guns. Everything's got guns. So, the biggest thing is Hellstriders. We gotta kill off them Hellstriders. Overall, though, build is very straightforward. There's nothing too crazy about it. I just have to micro correctly, I believe. Is this a build? This is a good build. The Watchmen of the Night Armored Cossars. They have an anti-infantry armored Cossar unit with Rabble Rouse, ITP AoE. Oh, that's crazy. Anyways, this should be fine. Oh boy. Slaanesh versus Kislev. How do I feel about this? Thing of the Woods. Thing of the Woods are really fun. But they're really just there to be anti-armored infantry. And I already have that in the form of Streltsy, right? Take the rampage magic. This is gonna rampage them into my guns, isn't it? Need something for them to target if you do that. All right. Alrighty. Is Slaanesh. Was this the first 6 months of the game? Actually, it was Slaanesh versus Khorne for quite some time. At the very beginning, it was mostly Khorne. At the very, very beginning, it was mostly ogres. Oh boy. Oh boy, against Slaanesh. Here's the thing though. The biggest advantage I have is that he doesn't know what I'm going to bring unless he's watching the stream. And I haven't seen Olaqual message in chat a lot, so maybe we'll be fine. There is, what's it? If he thinks I'm going the single entity build and he brings Marauder Horseman, he loses. I think that's my big out. Tzeentch used to be top dog at the start. What made Tzeentch top dog was just blue fire spam. I remember blue fire spam was really good. Nurgle was actually really good before they reduced the points per second. The resources. Oh, I remember people were running Tzeentch Forsaken spawn builds. That was actually kind of common. Shields were absurd. Oh yeah, shields. Yeah, they got nerfed, right? Would regen while in melee. You think Ent is the U-thermal of Warhammer? More or less. More or less. That's kind of where the channel's being put. Alright, so the problem with this map is that gun builds are not, like, exquisite here. But you can kind of bait Slaanesh in to fight, like, along this line, and it's not too bad. You have your flank covered. Alright, it's kind of hard to flank because of this. It's not the end of the world. They nerfed Tzeentch for 24 months straight. I don't remember them being that strong, though. Unless they were just banned, and that's why I don't remember them. But, like, I remember a lot of Khorne. I remember a lot of Khorne. I remember a lot of Ogres. I remember a lot of Nurgle. Like, no Kislev. The only way to play Kislev was to use capture kitties. You had to summon the cats to capture points, because they had 5 capture weight. That was pretty funny. How are the matches versus Slaanesh going? Still able to win. I don't think we've lost versus Slaanesh in like a while. Maybe there was one. Come on, Ulrich. Get that PC plugged in. Yeah, Gorgeous or OP. That's for sure. All right. The build. So this is what you call Anticity's insane fantasy. He only has 12 units. That's good. It's very good. So here's the play. You got to go for a fairly wide formation if you're going to go for a gun build. Because you can't have multiple units shut down at the same time. That will lead to death. Rough checkerboarding is all you really need. Hawks of Miska's perfect. And we have a net over here to try and catch him out. So if he does try to flank through here, he's just going to get netted down and shot to pieces. And then I should be able to capture these. There we go. Nice. I have some Kossar Spears, more Streltsy, and he has the same number of units as me. So that means it's actually impossible for him to shut down all of my guns, right? Actually, he has slightly more, but like if I shoot 1 unit to death, it evens up. Got a dip for a meeting. I'll catch you later. Hell yeah, he brought Marauder Horseman. Hell yeah, he brought Sigvald. So the reason guns are so good is because they do kill things like Sigvald very effectively. Triple Skirmisher. Get wrecked. Oh my god, never seen a man so wrecked in my life. Yeah, it's over, man. It's over. Because there's like 1,000 some odd gold put into units that can't do anything against this. Literally nothing, okay? There's so little they can do against us. I don't even know. Now, if he plays this really well, he might be able to get a lot of tickets. Some Forsaken, some Marauders. None of that's an issue. Absolutely none of that. I want to offset my range units ever so slightly. That'll help them out. Yeah, Sigvald is good, not against this many guns. He's good against archer-based factions. So he summons in more Forsaken, that makes sense. And some Marauders, okay. Yeah, getting infantry in is the natural response that we expect. So he's not summoning in cavalry. I might want to summon in cavalry then. So is he really going to just try YOLOing Sigvald in here? Because that would be rather insane, I think. That would be rather insane. First cavalry of the day. That's a good cav unit. Alright, so begins the peppering. We just want to pull them back and just shoot Sigvald into oblivion. The pivoting's going great. He's not going to flank me over here. He's dodging. I have a lot of ammo though, right? Like this is not going to be really worth it in the end. What I'm really scared about is this flank, but I got some options for that, right? We have some options here. So first things first, I gotta kill off them Forsaken, and I gotta use my cavalry here to support that left flank. Streltsy over here can deal with that. Here we go. We focus fire that Forsaken unit. Lord can just normal cast Hawks of Miska. That should be fine. Here comes the Cav. He gets a Pit of Shades. Nice. Nice play. But, yeah, that Forsaken unit's getting pummeled real bad. Then I can net this one. And that's gonna help us out a lot, I believe. That's going to help us out a million. Hawks of Miska's doing great, by the way. I don't have to worry about that too much. Sigvald's just being endured. And then with these Forsaken down, then I can kill those Forsaken on the flank fairly well. Hopefully I can just knock Siggy to the side and we'll be good here. There we go. Nice. Okay, so most of his tools are getting shut down. Still having the Streltsy online and available is huge, by the way. And yeah, now he's coming on in with the Hellstriders. Now, I'm gonna need another Hawks of Miska. Trading wise, we're doing okay. It's not the end of the world just yet. I have to take out these guys though. I'm gonna need another Hawks of Miska probably. Definitely gotta get my Streltsy online and operational. A little bit of a blobbing up situation on my end over here. That's a misplay for me for sure. At least we can kill these guys. And I do have that Hawks of Miska back. So we're gonna cast it right on his spears because they're good against my boys here. And then I think we'll be okay. God, this catch over here though is ruining me, man. It's ruining me. Come on. All right, there you go. There's our AoE going down. Honestly, this is not looking very good. I cannot tell a lie. This is looking a little sus. Ambushers are doing okay, though. I just got to pull back and get some cavalry in here. Tis all, tis all. All right. Decent route over there. A couple of my units are coming back. He's really stuffing me up, though, unless he, like, runs out of units very soon. It's gonna be sus. Okay, you over there. Nice. Oh, okay. So those are Heartseekers. Well, they're just dead now. That's good. Uh-huh. His Forsaken are almost dead. All right. We killed his Marauder Horseman at least. So no more of that business. Nice. Nice. I really don't like that his spears are still alive, but I'm starting to make some headway on him, I think. It's still very sus, but it's definitely getting there. Let's see here. Where's my ambushers? Come on. Net it. That part's very important. Just gotta keep the guns shooting. There you go. There's a bit of a route. Nice. All right. We got one unit on the point. We're chasing off his boys. Come on. Come on. That's a pretty good AoE cast. Uh-huh. God, I feel like I need more cavalry. I moved my panel down. All right, here we go. We got more cavalry in. Dang, is he really gonna win even with the skirmishers? That's crazy. Okay, we routed off his Hellstriders. Nice. Okay, routed off another unit. He is starting to run out of oomph here for sure. For sure. I just got to get my first point captured is all. Hellstriders will have a hard time versus the armor naturally. Okay, all right. There you go. So those guys are routing off now. Nice, nice. Okay. Shotguns are moving on up. There you go. All right. That's a huge route. Sigvald's kind of out of position, too. Trading wise, it's slowly going our way. As much as it was a little sus at the beginning, it's most definitely going our way now. All right, here we go. He might kill my lord, but that actually doesn't matter as much as you'd expect. All right, here we go. Get a unit of Kossars there. Lord will be able to live. That part's just fine. All right, there you go. Nice. First point is getting secured. All righty. Now I just gotta get the next point. Jeez, man, jeez. All right, there you go. This'll hurt him. This'll hurt him real bad. Get a little bit of an AoE there on him. That'll do. Get Miscud, son. There you go. Huge Hawks of Miska. Huge Hawks of Miska. All right, no more magic for you either now. Points getting secured. Oh boy, all right. I got my first capture point. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. His lord, his hero is dying. Gets one last Melkots off, but that's about it. All right, nice. Got a route. We got one route over there. Very nice. He's gonna charge my boys. Oh crap, I forgot to move my infantry to that far point. God, what a big misplay. What a huge misplay. All right, here we go. Okay, nice, nice. Okay, good charge, good charge. I will have my boys on here. Okay, it's just the last point. I have like a solid 5 minutes, maybe a little under 5 minutes to go ahead and get that point captured. But he's mostly summoning in dudes over here instead of that far point. So that should give me a little bit of saving grace here. Yeah, a little under 5 minutes. Okay, all right. You know, it's not impossible. I have to not lose all my cav here, but you know, it could be done. You know, we're starting to capture that one, which is nice with my very expensive cavalry, though. So I just have to fight for this last point then. If I can hold this point, we're fine, but I really just have my one spear unit over here. It's gonna be a bit sus. Shotgun dude's doing well, though. Doing very well. Okay, yeah, he's starting to pull over here now. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Okay, yeah, he's given up. He's given up on this point. That's huge. That's huge. All right. Nice. Very nice. Huge charge with the elite cavalry units. Absolutely massive. So if we can kill off those Hellstriders, we're good. We go over here. Come on, baby. Come on. You got this. Let's see. I have some light cavalry I can send in here in a sec. All right. So I just gotta shoot them to death. There you go. And once they're dead, then I should be able to seal the point pretty quickly. That part's not a big deal. Nice. Okay, yeah, they're gone. They're gone. All right. So now I just have to counter summon cavalry and then we're good. So that means getting these guys in here. Very solid. There you go. All right, they're on the point. That's a very good sign. All right. And it's just stopping them from capturing. Not even close, baby. Not even close. I'm going to need some more elite cavalry, though. Oh, my God. This is getting way too sus. All right, here we go. Range units are in. So they can definitely bully them. Come on, baby. Come on, don't let them capture this point. Let's see here. All right. God, my light cavalry suck, though. No, not like this. Dude, my light cavalry are sucking so hard. Plus, this map has really good vanguard points. Do I have any magic left? Oh, man, I could almost get the magic going. I think he's going to steal this point, though. I think we barely lost it. Dang. I think we barely lost it. Unless I can retake this point very quickly. I think we started down trading once his return Hellstriders show up. Very close, though, okay? You can't say this was not close. It's just that late game point recapture that kind of screwed me over. Dang. Ah, darn my light cavalry. Hellstriders. Yeah, he does have a unit of Heart Seekers here. Brutal. Can I kill them? Come on. Come on, all hands on deck. I can net these guys at least. There you go. All right. There you go. Nice. We got our cavalry in there. It's not over yet. It's never over till it's over. Oh, darn it. That one Heartseeker unit is actually killing it, man. I think they finally crumbled away, but yeah, I got like no cavalry left. Gets a big surround on boys. Unless this unit of cavalry just crumps them, okay? But they are gonna have to cook real hard if we're gonna win this. The Sigvald ended up being an issue, unfortunately. And he can probably scrap it out anyways. Ah, darn it. Dang nabbit. So close. If I played that slightly more effectively, we totally could have won. Totally, man. Oh, it's so close. 40 seconds left. Like, look at how much he's bleeding out. He just has Hellstriders. Yeah, there's no killing Sigvald, though. GG, well played. Oh, man. I think a slightly better map and slightly better play, and we would have won that. GG, well played. Dang. Against Slaanesh, though, that's probably the best shot we could have taken. Let's see. His castle got a lot of value. Mine did pretty good. Not amazing, but we took her very cheap. Yeah, that one Streltsy on the right-hand side getting caught up was what screwed me. Very, very close. Very close indeed. That ambusher unit, though, mega value. Armored Cossars were definitely a good option, especially against the Marauders. Honestly, I think that map was pretty bad for us. I think in a rematch on a better map, it'd be so much better, man. This was Bretonia. Well, Bretonia has armored cavalry, which dumpster this in theory. Dang. GG, GG. Heartseekers are not bad. Normal Seekers are bad. The Heartseekers didn't really pay for themselves that well, so I don't think they're a problem. One of them barely paid for themselves. The other one did not. Honestly, I feel like my Kislev is kind of struggling. I haven't been having a good time with Kislev lately. But maybe that's because I'm not single entity maxing. There's definitely some builds where Kislev is good, but yeah. Yeah, Heartseekers are, at the very least, they're expensive. So like Seekers are cheap, so you can just spam them. Heartseekers, though, are really expensive. So if you want to kill them, just make use of the fact that they don't have armor, and you'll be fine. But I think people like banning both just for completeness. Oh, boy. Warhammer 2 range units were overtuned. I don't think it was mostly... I don't think it was, like, full range spam outside of, like, Coast. And even then, a lot of people couldn't replicate my style. Warhammer 2 had a bunch of overtuned things. It cycled between, like, cavalry, chariots, single entities. But I don't think we ever had a ranged only, like, a ranged 12 stack meta. Aside from, like, maybe you can count man-tides, but I don't think ranges have ever been more overtuned than some of the more crazy things. Alright, what's the next map? What's the next map? Next map is Celestial Lake. Not the best map for shooting, but we're gonna try it. There's a few hills that you have to worry about. Aside from that, though, it's not too bad. Bring back Chariots being good. Chariots are good right now. They're just not OP. Chariots are really good if they're uncontested by cavalry and you have the micro, which is exactly where they should be. I don't think Chariots should be better than that. Because, like, the moment Chariots don't get countered by cavalry, like, what are you supposed to do? Because usually shooting them, you're shooting them with infantry, which gets countered by Chariots. Chariots counter range, right? So, honestly, I feel like they're in a good place. And some people use them. Like, look at Oishikun. Oishikun loves the Ice Wolf Chariots. The problem is that they're really hard to use, though. So, like, it's only the highest level of play that can actually make them do anything. Yeah, Flappas are really good. Yeah, and yeah, they do their job really well, and they die to their counters. That's where you want them. Anyways, yeah. Slaanesh, pretty spooky. Wish I could have gone my dwarves against them. Such is life, though. Shot cavalry just feels better right now than chariots. So people still run chariots, but definitely we're seeing more cavalry use because cavalry is used to fight cavalry. But that's also, like, kind of fine. Cavalry have a lot of counters when it comes to magic. So cavalry have more counters than chariots. generally. Yeah, generally speaking, because single entities, like, they have all the same counters, but a lot of magic's a lot more effective against them. Whereas chariots, if they become too strong, it's very hard to just have a good counter. But if cavalry's OP, you can just, like, you know, take the right spells, run the right artillery, and you're good. Honestly, Slaanesh is actually not that strong outside of the mobile units. If I banned Hellstriders, right, or if Hellstriders got to 725 gold, I would bet you Slaanesh would be way less meta. It would be way less meta. Their infantry and stuff is not actually OP. You don't ever see Warriors of Chaos running their infantry as marked units in any situation, right? These guys they're just slightly faster than usual and slightly more expensive. What you do see Chaos do is they spam Hellstriders. And like Slaanesh also spams Hellstriders, and then they get their Soul Hunters for extra leadership. That's the clearest thing in my head. I forgot to advance the Swiss. Sorry, guys. Goblins. Round 2. Wait. Round 3. Whoopsie daisies. I forgot to message round 3. Okay, we're up against Greenskins. Alright. Yo, yo. Alright. Here we go. Give him that code. Now, I gotta win these if we're gonna make it to semifinals. Always the spooky part. I wanted to take my shot against Slaanesh, so he's Dwarves X5. Alright. So he gets a band too. I'm thinking, he bans Dwarves and Kislev. Empire it is. This is the matchup that people say is terrible for Empire. I gotta put my money where my mouth is. Prove them all wrong. This map is pretty bad, though. This map is downright atrocious for us. But I think Empire can cook here. Let's go 6 artillery. Okay, well, that's a common misplay, actually, because they'll full Vanguard with miners. I have to go a little bit lighter on the guns this time around, but I'm still gonna have them. Don't you guys worry. Yeah, cavalry and long-range guns is my theorized best pick against Dwarves, but this is the first time I'll actually get to test it out. If it works really well, I can totally start bringing it in tournaments. But we'll have to see. Lord-wise, what do we need? Ah, yes. The best lord in the game. So we take some of this. And then I need probably... Okay, I don't think I need that many of these. And I can take one of these. Outriders. Outriders are terrible against dwarves. They do not have the DPS, man. Nah. There's a reason why this matchup is usually lost when played by Empire, and it's because what you think would work is terrible. Against, like, a proper Dowie rush. You must be careful. You must be very careful. I have tons of guns, though, so I should be okay. So let's see. I need magic. Best magic against dwarves is probably this one. Yes, yes. And then I need a little bit of ranged firepower. It's terrible because they don't bring enough DACA. Mass Daka Empire. Let's see. Now, how do I round out this build? I feel like it's almost there. I just have to shuffle a little bit. So I can fit one of those in. Fit one of these in. Okay, alright. Now we're talking. And then get this ability. Alright, I think we're good. It's not the most optimized build. I'm sure there's a lot better I can do, but I think it should be pretty hard for dwarves to counter. Unfortunately, the map sucks, but what are we gonna do? If you go max artillery, you get rushed down by dwarves, by the way. You actually just can't go artillery max. You need the artillery max after they have fewer than 20 units. Because, like, there's nothing stopping them from, like, pushing you to the edge of the map. I've seen it happen, man. It happens all the time. Is a state troop or an Arawara knight with great sword? State troops are... yeah, sadly they don't have the AP to deal with the dudes. But great swords are actually pretty nice. Great swords, just like vanilla great swords, are actually not bad. Assuming you can kill off the blasting charges. If you don't kill the blasting charges, great swords kind of suck a bit more. One must be wary. Okay, actually, yeah, let's get one great sword. But yeah, do I fear the dwarves though? Nah, we're fine. Blasting charges does less damage to armor now. Great swords have 95 armor. The thing is, they don't have the HP pool, do they? It's true, though. It definitely does a lot less. Like, they can probably tank a hit. What's their HP, great swords? 9,000. You know, they probably do okay. High entity count's a little sus, though. You're looking at less than 90 HP per great sword. All that. Minus 60 armor spell. Or you can just bring armor piercing, and then you can skip the spell. It's great. It's amazing. All that. Here we go. Empire versus dwarves. Empire versus dwarves. I said this was Empire favored. Am I correct or not? Nets don't last long enough for your... like, one net will let your artillery shoot at most 2 more times. On one unit, right? If you can net their entire army, all your artillery gets 1.5 more volleys. Nets do not cut it. But here's the build. So, it's an early cav build, but I did start with a couple Daka units. And I have a lot in reserve. The idea is, if he has artillery pieces, we can bully them with our cav maxing here. You gotta bring the fire wizard to kill bugmans and such. He can't rush down my range because we have so much cavalry cycle charging him. And then from there, we win. Volkmar is an amazing tool versus dwarves. You just run him. You banish his face. I didn't take Soulfire Bombardment because it's not very good versus dwarves, and I need the extra 200. And he brought himself a Gablaba. Okay, so we just stay out of range of that, and I should be okay. Goblobber is kind of spooky though. You gotta be a little wary of it. At least Volkmar can probably just beeline it, and nothing can stop him because Cav can just help him out. So that part I don't have to worry about. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he's already pulling it back. Very nice. And I can position on this hill over here. Is he targeting anyone? It appears not so far. He has 15 units, so this is not everything. But yeah, he's fallen into that kind of mistake of just taking a bunch of miners. I genuinely think just spamming miners is like not the way to go against Empire, because they can't do anything versus the cavalry. So we're just gonna beeline straight to that artillery piece. There's a vicious charge on them miners. And honestly, with that many miners, I should probably just get more cavalry, right? Yeah. Some undefended Grimdelvers over here. Nice. I'll take it. I'll take it. Demogryph Knights having the time of their lives on top of these guys. He brings in a blasting charge over there. Not a big deal. All right, let's get our first banishment out and our first burning head down the pipe, just to soften them up. Time is of the essence, right? Dwarves, you have to trade really quickly against them to take them out. There you go. Artillery piece is down. Tries to get an AoE over there. Whiffs it. Thank goodness. Volkmar already with his first route. Glorious. And now you can see the big rush, right? But the big rush is just not really going to work. Because I have cavalry. I have cavalry. Yeah, honestly, the dwarves here are looking a little sus. So here comes the cav. Yeah, miners just suck against cav, don't they? Like, look at this, man. Okay, yeah, he has a couple great weapons over here. So I'm just going to ignore them. Bring in the Demogryph Knights. Guns away, piling in. And he is rapidly running out of units, ain't he? Very rapidly running out of units now. He has, yeah, those are Giant Slayers. So we played keep away from the Giant Slayers, of course. Burning Head down the pipe there just to rout him off. Great, glorious route on all of these dudes. And then to kill off his Thanes, we bring in the handguns. Because we're faster than them, right? We're faster than them. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So we're just going to, yeah, we're just gonna handle them with our guns. Because they're slow, man. The little stubby legs. Easy peasy. Never understood miners. So it's good against the traditional Empire playstyle where they like max out artillery. Like all the suggestions people were giving would have died to all these miners. 100%, man. So to like, you know, because dwarf players will start losing to that, they're like, oh crap, I need to like rush them down. Then they'll start bringing miners, and then it just hard counters that. But it's like the only thing they have, and then they get wrecked. Because one cannot win with just miners. There you go. Good capture over there. Unfortunately, he does have some slayers. But the guns are away. His blasting charges are gone. I have apparently not a value lead. That part's a little surprising. Really thought we would have a solid value lead at this point, but so be it. I got a great banishment though. Oh, banishment burning head for the win. Gyrocopters are pretty spooky, but they can't capture points. Volkmar can just play keep away from them. He should be fine. Let's keep on cycle charge. Volkmar just has to get away from the Slayers, and then I think we'll be goodies. And yeah, with the miners down now I can start spamming out these range units. These range units here. There we go. Nice. Volkmar, you're running for your life. Keep running. Keep running, Volky. There you go. And then I can probably start shooting his lord to death, right? He's on his big old toilet seat. So very easy to just bully him. Okay, Iron Drakes. All right. He brought the Steam Iron Drakes to the party. Very interesting indeed. Yo, his lord's getting pummeled though by the guns. Yeah, so it's only after you get an advantage that you want the guns. You can see how hard it is for him to rush me down. Oh crap, he got the blasting charges off though. Pretty brutal. Anyways, I should just be able to take this middle point and then we'll be good. Against the gyrocopters, long rifles just crush it. Of course, of course. There we go, nice. You still have to play a little careful. Trading wise, it's not as bad as it might seem because I have healing. But yeah, time is of the essence, right? We gotta kill off this Thane first and foremost. We gotta move up with our guns. There you go. Charge back in. Maybe I can get a sick burning head here to just clear him out. Oh crap, he got troll hammers. All right, that's actually pretty spooky. I still have a very nice lead, though, I think. If I can just kill off his Rune Lord here, it's probably not a big issue. I got a lot of guns in the forest. Okay, nice. And we got one of his Thanes routing. Okay. All right, we're fine. The gyrocopters are going to be a little spooky, of course. Oh, those are gyro bombers. God dang. I should still be fine. Thane's dead. All right. And now we start pushing with our guns. Volkmar's coming on in too. He'll be great. All right, there we go. Big firing line over there. Nice. So they should die. All right, all right. It's a little spooky, I'm not gonna lie. I would be lying if I was not a little spooked. Capture points are gonna take a while. I still think he has like way too many guys in his back line though. So like most of my gold is here in fighting. Most of his gold is like way back. So I should be okay in theory. Bomb drops the long rifles, not the biggest deal in the world. Because they are a low entity count unit. They're not gonna die to that. And we have resecured this bottom point. So it's on him now to capture these points. I have handguns and the like. They're gonna secure the situation just fine. See this hill? This hill's a problem. The hill's a mild problem. It's a very mild problem. We can handle it though. If I just pull back with my boys. Volkmar is very good versus Thane, by the way. Very solid. Yeah, just don't bring short legs to a cav game. Yeah. And if I take this hill, then my long rifles can see basically everything and just shoot them up. Yeah, he's just massing now. He's just trying to mass up. Very nice. Volkmar is back at good health. And those longbeards are just dead. Yeah, guns. Fire away. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're getting massacred. So I don't have to worry about them anymore. That's huge. That's a whole like 700 gold value. Insane. Now, these guys are just gonna chill to replenish their vigor. That's very important. It's a very important part of the game. There we go. Goodbye, Longbeards. Yeah, Dwarves, man. The biggest mistake was giving the Empire gunpowder. It's the biggest mistake they could have ever made. Yeah, he just has a couple Slayers now. So this is an easy Sunmaker summon type situation. It's a big volley on his gyro bombers. Nice. Can I snipe his Rune Lord from here? He's getting a little sus looking. You know what? Maybe more Knights of the Black Rose. Great swords to fight his Slayers and such. That'll be fine. His Thane shattered. We don't want to kill him because I don't want him to re-summon that guy. That would be most annoying. Very nice. He actually remanned the Goblobber. I can't believe it. I didn't think it was possible. They came back. That's pretty mad. All right, here we go. Here come the boys. So I'm gonna get the bouncing burning head on them. It's a pretty nice strategy to just bounce it off the terrain. Maybe it'll get them killed. Unfortunately, seems like it did not get them killed. It did clip these guys though, which is good. Gonna need to get the great swords in there though. Crossed lines of fire, doing well at least. He gets an artillery piece in here. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Anyway, Slayers do die to enough shock damage, so I don't really have to worry about that. And then these miners are trying to make their way to me. I think my guns can handle them just fine. Realistically, Empire is just Skaven. More or less, yeah. It's an apt comparison, I'd say. They have Jezzails, right? They have great swords, which are kind of like the Eshin units. All right, another unit of Knights. Let's get them in there. I will say, these Slayers are going to be the end of me. But the long rifles at least are clutch. He's almost out of juice over there. All right, dragging back Slayers. I think I have enough line of sight on them to just kill them. Burning Head does really good damage too to unarmored, so it'll help finish them off a little bit, I guess. It's a little sus, but we're gonna get there. And he's going for a long flank, so he wants to walk all the way here to here. That's gonna take a millennia, so I don't think I have to worry about that. I'm gonna totally steal his point before he manages that. Not a big deal. Glorious charge on the dragonbacks. We charge in over here. Great swords are cooking. Nice. And the cannon's not going to pay for itself by the time this battle's over. Cannon absolutely will not pay for itself. It's only gone 20 kills, 400 value. Actually, it's getting kind of close. I stand corrected. Anyways, he's still dead. Volkmar's terror is far too powerful here. And if I just bring in a couple more knights, we should be good. Let's get our guns firing over there. I have to worry about the troll hammers a little bit. A full-on triple cap is kind of a stretch goal. I do not have to triple cap him. So probably a bit of a misplay going so aggressive here, but you know, at least we're killing his miners. Okay, there we go. You know what? I should probably just back up, right? It's like way too risky doing this. Like way too risky. I could settle for 2 capture points. You know what? Let's not get greedy. We lose Volkmar, everyone starts routing, then like big problems abound. We don't want that. There you go. I should be able to shoot these guys and terror out them. Volkmar is great there. The wizard's helping for the leadership here too, by the way. And yeah, now he's just too slow, right? Ain't no way he can actually take these points. Not in any reasonable amount of time. Volky's doing great. Crossfire on the miners. Huge crossfire. All right. And then I can flank his range tools. And then it's over. Just like that, the dwarves collapse. In a supposedly very good matchup for them. They get absolutely obliterated this game by the power of Empire cavalry, followed by a million guns. There go his gyro bombers. Nice. This hill's gonna help us out. Oh god, those are Grim Delvers. All right. Got to pull away from the Grim Delvers. Got to kill off his troll hammers too. But as long as I keep them in combat, it'll take too long. Let's just right-click this. Right-click that unit over there. Get them killed. All right, there we go. And then, yeah, then we're fine. Volkmar's getting real low, I must say. Volkmar's getting a little low, but it's still fine. It's still fine. It's still goodies. Watch him like bring out like 50 miners, capture my back point. Instantly lose the game. Nah, he's dead, man. He's dead. He can't beat the cavalry. I even have another burning head here. Hell yeah. Whew. God, still pretty spicy though. Still pretty spicy. I'm not gonna lie. I wonder what would have happened if he had a slightly different build, you know? Makes me wonder. Thank goodness for long rifles though. I think before long rifles, this matchup was doomed. Post long rifle and Knights of the Black Rose, you're fine. That's not gonna hurt me. It's a little explosion. It does stall them though. It does stagger them. That's actually, that was unexpected. Yeah, crush them. Let's see here. Can I disrupt that thing? It's just miners. They can't brace, so yeah, they're down. Let's go. He's basically tabled. I think we can triple cap him if we really want to now. Now I can let the hubris sink in. Get the capture. Get him. These guys better have 5 capture weight. Okay, yeah, they do. Let's go. Let's go. Pew pew. All right. A little sus when I tried going for the 3rd point, but otherwise fairly decisive. Yeah, I'm playing Empire. I wreck the gyrocopters. 1,800 long rifles. Solid 1,800. That's very good. It was dwarves. I was Empire. Yeah, I think this is genuinely Empire favorite if you start with cavalry. Because they just kill miners way too easily. God, yeah. Although the miners are still kind of spooky. This one got a lot of value. They got their blasting charges on my guns. Excuse me, sorry. Killing off that goblobber at the beginning, though, is really rough. The thing is, they have to advance, right? The dwarves can only stuff you up. So it leaves their artillery pieces really undefended. I think it just works. And the Thanes got dumpstered, man. Demogryph Knights are good. Didn't even need the Sunmaker. No artillery. You don't need artillery versus the Dwarves. Great Swords did okay. Huh. Empire Knights also pretty good. They might be more cost effective than Demogryph Knights, just because you can take more. Knights of Black Rose, though. Holy crap. Pyromancer didn't do that much. I might switch, but like, it's there because sometimes they run Bugmans and Rangers. And those guys get absolutely toasted by a Bright Wizard. Can you talk about how to defend a gun line and or artillery line? Yeah, you just need your units to countercharge them if they ever get into melee. You need to have a cavalry on standby for every unit. And you have to take only as many guns as you can defend. But it mostly just relies on your units being there in time. And the faster you can route units, the better. So higher DPS is usually better than longer holding power for range units. At least when you get higher in range units. Because holding units... Like, so if you plan on your range units getting engaged on, you need high DPS to throw them off as fast as possible. If you have very few range units, you want holding units to protect your range units for the entire battle and they get loads of value. Those are kind of the two main theory plays for squeezing value out of these guys. But if you kind of mix and match, probably doesn't work as well. Kind of depends, though. It kind of depends. There's a lot of things to do. Iron. Oh, yeah. Null and Iron sides. Dude, this is so expensive. They only have slightly more DPS than handgunners. At least I think so. Let me double check. Empire. So if I take one Null and Iron side and one handgunner, are we going to see a DPS difference or no? Yeah, they have the more black powder passive, but they're down like 20 models. Redeem to hydrate, thank you. Hey, what's up, Chimo? What's up, what's up? Yeah, look at how few units there are. There's like 60 to 90. There's 50% more firepower in the handgun unit. Okay, so for the sake of giving them the best possible situation, let's give them the range discipline, right? You know, we'll give them the range discipline so that they get that extra reload skill. Accuracy, which will help at max range, right? You can see in the best case scenario, they do slightly more damage. They do slightly more damage. Well, actually 2,000 over what? So this was like a little under 4,000. Okay, they do like 50% more damage. In the best case scenario, it's not that bad. You know what? Yeah, I would put them maybe barely viable then. They will take less damage from AoE, which is nice. So they only have 300 more gold value though, right? Oh, 600, okay. 500. Yeah, so they do like, maybe, let's say they do 40% more damage. So technically for the price, it's actually not that bad. The fire rate is slightly higher. It's probably not as bad as you'd expect, actually. It's actually not as bad as you'd think. Can you show it again without the passive? Yeah, it seems like early on it wasn't that great, but... So you might not be overpaying for the melee stats. The way CA does balancing isn't like that most of the time. Maybe it's how they start with units, but units get price adjusted kind of willy-nilly. It's kind of willy-nilly, so yeah. Now here's the thing, most of the time your range units are going to be moving, so let's do this, right? You know what, the passive triggers after their first volley, so it's actually not as bad. Okay, so let's say in this case they got one extra volley off, right? What if the handgunner gets the volley off? Yeah, so they do actually beat the handgunners. They do shoot reasonably faster. The thing is, their initial volley kind of sucks though, right? So Black Powder Discipline activates more or less instantly. You don't really have to worry about that. It's not as bad as I think people give them credit for. The thing is, handgunners aren't really a unit people use anyways. Ammunition-wise, they have base 30 to base 22. You know, I could run them versus dwarves. They would be way worse against artillery, but much better versus AoE spells, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I would say they might be as good as handgunners. How much more expensive are they? Holy crap, they're almost 50% more expensive. Well, no wonder. All right, never mind the garbage. Yeah, so they do about as much DPS as the price difference. But 3 handgunners is way harder to shut down than 2 Ironsides. 15 leadership is good though. Yeah, you just take an extra handgunner unit. Or if you take 4 Ironsides, right? Like, yeah, you can get a handgunner unit and something. And also, the other thing is, like, why not just bring a Hawkland long rifle? So let's just compare this DPS real quick, because I'm pretty sure the long rifles have everything, like, everything about the long rifles the same, probably? DPS might be the same. We'll see. Against shielded, it's toss-up. Yeah, if they were 825, it would make up for the fact that they're really expensive. Because, yeah. Yes, they have better stats, but my goodness, they do not have better HP. So if you compare them to long rifles, what we're looking at, they might out DPS long rifles. But yeah, the long rifles have really good range. I guess they do out DPS long rifles though. You know what? If you run out of handguns, you could probably take known Ironsides. You could probably take them. Do melee tests with them. All right. If they are a good melee unit, they should at least be able to tussle. They should not die instantly to Bleak Swords. So like Bleak Swords is the lowest tier unit I would expect them to run into. And maybe a Lord, let's say, right? You want to know how long they hold. I assume they'll do fine versus goblins and such, but like, even if they win the fight there, your opponent's still pretty happy. Okay, so let's say they get a couple shots off, right? You know, they have really good staggering effects. That's pretty cool. And then you run into melee. They have 26, 28. No, 30, 26, 28 melee stats. I think the biggest thing about them is their leadership is a bit higher. So they do actually hold a bit longer, but like, you know, they're not going to win a fight. If they're not going to win the fight, the melee stats don't really make a difference, right? It's the leadership. I think the leadership is worth paying for. 15 leadership's a lot, but like in the end, right? Aren't they just going to eat a spell or something anyways? Like the lore definitely helps them route, but like you're not going to get just one Bleak Sword on them, right? In an actual battle, there's gonna be more stuff running at them. Yeah, there's no Nolan Ironside ROR. I think it's in the extended roster. We can't even take them. Burning head check. Sure. So I'll get a one of these guys. We'll get a Vizard. I'm pretty sure they'll be way more resistant to magic. Let's talk about the long rifle ROR. Oh, that's kind of in a different tier though, because of the price. Yeah, maybe they could do a bit better versus dogs, I guess. All right, so similar situation. We burning head down the pipe. If you take a look at Burning Head, they come out a lot less scathed, right? They take like half as much damage as these guys. So, like, that's pretty cool. Take a lot less damage from Burning Head. 60 armor too. That could be. I could see a situation. The thing is, handgunners aren't even run, right? So like, what you really should be comparing these guys to is probably Empire archers. Because like, realistically, right? People are gonna have Empire archers. They're loose formation. And you can run 1,000,000 of them. Right, so let's say, let's see how this compares. I'm genuinely interested right now. So let's say Empire archers against something armored, like a Charybdis. With a lot of, you know. Their shots penetrate 2 units? Really? Are they better versus infantry then? Oh no, are you talking about the long rifles?
Ready to fire!
But yeah, and Free Company Militia too, right? Okay, so let's say, right, you know, we're making use of the fact that, yeah, they have a little bit more range, right? So these guys have 60 armor against 3 archers. Yeah, it's like, this is so much better than this, right? You're looking at 3 times the amount of HP. It's more expensive, right? And it's kind of close. But what isn't close is the fact that you have 3x the HP. You have so much more HP on these guys and a loose formation. And you can split them up wherever you need them. That I think the Nolan Ironsides get way overclassed. Way outclassed by just archer spam. Especially considering that damage output, even against 60 armor. Nolan Ironsides have 2, they have 2 penetration? Really? Can we see this real quick? Archers can also shoot indirectly. Oh yeah, they have way better line of sight. Extraordinarily better line of sight. Correct. Nothing beats the mighty archer. Alright, I'm hoping Ulrich Wall beats Danican, otherwise getting to semis is a bit harder. There are a few more signups today, but not an extraordinary amount where I'm too worried. Oh, crap. Reset. Okay. Alright, what are we looking at? So they have infantry penetration. It doesn't look like they have infantry penetration. Yeah, you see like this guy, right? It's not shooting through him. I think your information might be incorrect, unless you talk about the Regiment of Renown. There's like... Yeah, I don't think I see any penetration happening. No. Yeah, it's a long rifle. Well, this guy said that Ironsides have 2 penetration. Alright. Oh yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I do still think that both handgunners and Ironsides could be cheaper. Like, these guys could be slightly cheaper. Like, maybe like 50 gold on these guys, like 100 on these guys or something. And then they would actually start being pretty meta. Pencil formation defense better than infantry in line versus gunpowder. Well, it helps them focus fire. So you'll lose entities a bit faster if you do pencil formation. Pencil formation's just really hard to maneuver with too. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. It also doesn't defend your backline. Now, why does nobody use Huntsman? A lot of people use Huntsman. I don't use Huntsman though because I think archers are better. Huntsmen are archers with half HP per dollar spent. Okay, technically they have anti-large, right? But the anti-large, it only, like, the DPS is very similar. The stealth is cool though. Stalk is pretty hype. All right, we're in the 4th round. Advancing that there, Swiss. And Ulrich Wall beat Danican. Hell yeah. We're up against Martinez. As long as I win this, my semifinals is more or less guaranteed. Assuming we can win this. Which sometimes we do not. Alright. What are his factions? Who's first pick and ban? Alright, so I'm first. His factions are Empire X2. I'll ban Greenskins, Warriors of Chaos, Demons of Chaos. Emp 2X. Alright. So I banned out his Empire. That's gonna help me. Wait, he says he's 3X Empire? That's not what it says. That's not what it says. Alright, 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, he's Empire 2X. Yeah, okay. He just misremembered. We're good. Playing Warriors of Chaos. So my 3 factions are let's see here. Grand Cathay's jokes. We already played Grand Cathay. I feel like Ogres is interesting. Dwarves is hilarious, that's for sure. I think Grand Cathay, Kislev, Kislev has been giving me bad luck lately. I'm gonna go with Dwarves, Empires, and Grand Cathay. Poison Wind Mortar ROR is nuts. It's pretty high DPS. It's one of those things that you have to kill, otherwise you lose. But it can be a little weak to magic, so it's not the end of the world. Haunted Vale, very big open map. How conspicuous. He wants to play Grand Cathay. Mad lad. Alright. Cathay time. Crazy build. Alright. So, you can take a Hell Cannon. Hell Cannon would be spooky. Chaos Dwarf Gunline viable or too expensive? It's a little expensive. It is another gunpowder faction though. True, true. Interesting. So he's playing Warriors of Chaos, huh? Warriors of Chaos. It's not the end of the world. We can manage. I am a little worried. I am a little worried. But I got a fun build here, okay? I got a very fun build. There's no way he beats us, right? Like, I guess Hellstriders are a little annoying, but like Cathay actually has some of the best answers to Hellstriders in the game. So that's not a big issue. Oh my god, this is an insane build. Only dogs build. Not yet, not yet. Okay, so I'm going to need some sort of magic. What magic is the best against Warriors of Chaos? You know, Uranus is not that bad. Can definitely shut down armor really well. Chain Lightning. Wind Blast is really good versus Chaff. Searing Doom, though, is just kind of the best of all things, right? The thing is, it doesn't deal with the Hell Cannon, so... I guess this is what I need. Alright. The crazy build bound. Oh boy, this one is definitely a wacko build. This build right here. This is what dreams are made out of. But yeah, if I just outright lose, alright. At least we'll get to watch some fun games. Alright, here we go. Here we go! Oh boy, Martin. He might dumpster me. This could be a very quick match. Bring on the Sentinels. Get the bow Sentinel going. It's time for the balloons. I believe. People actually believing now. Our gunpowder hasn't failed us yet. It shall not fail. Well, I guess it failed against Slaanesh, but generally, 66% of the time, our gunpowder has not failed us. This shall be no different. I brought a magistrate on a balloon, guys. I'm insane. I can't believe I brought a magistrate on a balloon. Am I insane? Technically, he has 50 ammo instead of 30, and he only costs 50 more than a normal balloon. Okay? He only costs 50 more. If you think about it, he's a way better balloon than the normal balloon, right? Don't worry, the 3-1 is inevitable. Yeah, I wasn't lying, by the way. I straight up, we're ballooning him. All right, here we go. Here we go. Time to murder him. Does spinning the balloon still work? It does. All right, here we go. If he has Valkia, she might get shot to bits. Okay. Ready? Good luck, have fun. He has 9 units, bro. He has 9 units. There's no way. If he brought Marauder Horseman, he's double dead. That's just what I said last time, and we got wrecked. This map's pretty good for Vanguard Hellstriders, by the way. So I'm gonna have to be very careful about that. But as long as I kind of play on this one point and then secure my flank, I think I'll be okay. I gotta tighten up this formation though, that's for sure. Gotta tighten that up and spread these guys out. There you go. We gotta push up. You bought an Exalted of some sort, okay. We go over there, nice. Archie, all right, Archaon. All right. So now what? I don't have any more range units to bring in. I guess we are just summoning in the cavalry now. Or the artillery. But no, that's actually insane. I don't want to just lose. So you spam the cavalry out to clean them up. Balloon Lord is here. All right, so just do some of that. So the idea is, with the Heaven's Flash, I can debuff his guys. Oh hell yeah! Look at that Archaon they missed. Anyways, I can debuff them.
We have a victory point.
And then his Hellstriders will die. Alright, so that's like a solid, like these are basically my spears if you think about it. They can also bait the Hellstriders and bomb them up. That's pretty cool. I have a nice little hill here that I can use defensively. So that's pretty nice. Look at that, balloons cooking. This one over here, it's It's doing something. I don't know. It's zoning him out. You know what? Sure. Sure, why not? All right. So he's going for a little bit of a flank, hard flank here with his guys. Thankfully, I do have balloons. We're gonna get yet more cavalry, probably. Probably yet more cavalry. Okay. Bring them in. Here you go. These are marauder dual weapons. Okay. No, these guys have shield breaker, so we are actually going to be able to shield break them. That part's pretty cool. I do have a double cap. The longer he dilly-dallies, the more he slowly dies. To the power of the balloons. Oh, God. Here we go. All right. Yeah, there you go. They're shooting. Let's get a little bit of spin to win action now. There we go. That way the back ladies can get their shots off. There we go. You can see that shot ringing out into the distance. All right, screw it. I'm getting the artillery piece. This guy's got to advance. If he just keeps building up, it gets more sus, right? All right, here we go. Keep spinning. I already got 168 value, okay? That's like a whole foe seeker that he does not have anymore. Okay, he is now foe seekerless. In terms of raw value, that's huge. There we go. All right. Keep spinning. Artillery piece has arrived. Let's get that guard mode going. See, I knew he was going to play passively, so I was like, you know what? The balloons will actually hard counter passive play. Never thought you'd see it, right? But the balloons do actually hard counter passive play. Yes, it could have been a cannon, but the balloons can float. He could hide in the corner of the map. He'll still get shot, right? It's brilliant. This thing has 26 kills. Has 100 value in climbing. Shoot those marauders, I guess. He's running. All right. We spooked him out. He doesn't know what's up. He whiffs. He whiffs the magic. Hell yeah. I am so ahead. So ahead. He really should bring a hell cannon. I feel like hell cannons would actually help him more in these situations, but whatever. Cannons are firing away. Hell yeah. What are you gonna do, son? It's impossible to defeat such hatred. He should really just attack, but his army's minuscule, right? 15 units to my 1 million units. Pull back so the balloons can kill Archaon. Yazko, what's up?
For the Emperor.
Keep them spinning for the Emperor. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. It's a lot to micro. Oh, I should stay here so my cannon has harmony. Mega value. I'm already 500 in the lead. That's huge. Hey, at least I am actually getting a decent amount of value here. Like, you know, like these are completely uncontested balloons. Spin to win. All right, nice. So with that Marauder unit so beat up, he's gonna have to unsummon them, which will be a huge loss. So leave them in the battlefield, which will also be kind of sucky. It's kind of rough no matter what. You know what? If he's not gonna attack, I'm just gonna get the Jade Warriors in, man. Screw it. I'm just gonna get the Jade Warriors. All right, so his little hero squad here can definitely deal with that. Let's see if I can poke Archaon to death. An Archie kill would be nice. There's no flyers he can really bring in to threaten my lord, so he can play aggressive with them. And then yeah, then it's just Vanguard now. And now we're just Vanguarding. Get him, artillery piece. Yeah. Look at that. Archaon's dying. Doesn't know what's up. Death by 1,000 cuts. I already have a 1k lead. That's kind of insane. A 1,000 point lead is actually pretty good by most metrics. Like it's like usually that's exactly what you want, right? All right, here we go. Oh, he has Marauders. He has Marauders there. I didn't even know. Hey, maybe I can get a surround. Yo, he's like playing so wide. I can just get like free picks for days, right? Oh, there's like full-on Chaos Warriors. Holy crap. Well, I'm just gonna shoot them up then, right? Yo, Archie's dying though. He's like straight up actually dying. Oh god, he's coming though. Oh lordy, he's coming. All right, here we go. It's time. It's time to fight. So Chaos Warriors are pretty spooky. Archie, I can just bully with the cavalry. That's fine. Huh? Balloons are coming into play. We're gonna deal with this right flank first. I don't want them to flank me. That just sounds painful. Just gonna bomb drop those Chaos Warriors and then use my cavalry to bully the Marauders. That part should be pretty chill. Holy crap, he just double bunted my my dudes, the dead. His engagement's kind of lopsided though, right? It's kind of a lopsided engagement. So that part's hurting him pretty bad, actually. There you go. Here come the bombs. We pull away over there. Focus fire. And those are just, no, those Chaos Warriors. Warriors. It's a lot of Chaos Warriors. Okay. All right there, buddy. So he has a whack load of Chaos Warriors. Fine by me. My guns are shredding. There you go. Nice. Just gonna stop them up. Cavalry's doing a decent job slowing them down. There you go. Yeah, very quick capture on my point. That makes sense. Okay, so this is gonna come down to how well we can do this. Thankfully, we do have harmony. My lord here is doing great. And we got a couple of routes on the flank. That's a good start. We fire our artillery over there. We hot swap the crane gunners to shoot at the Chaos Knights now. We have a huge route over on that flank side. Nice. And I can start lightning bolting over here. Now I do have flash bomb. I do have a flash bomb. So we can use that. Archie's just surrounded. Nice. There go his Chaos Knights. Thankfully for me, Chaos Knights are hot garbage. And yeah, is he just dead? He might just be dead. He did not have enough units to shut down my ranged corps. Like, not in the slightest. Like, this was a bloody massacre. He gets... Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. They're all dead. He has some chariots coming on in, but yeah, there's just nothing left. I don't know if it was because of the balloons or what, but this worked out pretty well for me, didn't it? Yeah, look at that. Doggos are gone. His Chaos Knights just got shredded. Honestly, I would not get the Chaos Knights. I feel like they suck. Oh, hell yeah. We can, yeah, there you go. Flash bomb. This is exactly how CA intended it to be played. Oh, geez, burning head. All right. Yeah, this guy's just full surrounded, though. He's having a rough time. And he's gone. All right, well, there you go. It's that easy. It's just that easy, I guess. You just kill him. Wow, look at that. Did my balloons pay for themselves? Come on, 850, 850. 600, dang it. 550. Well, they still had ammunition, I guess. Technically, they didn't pay for themselves by the time things went down, but I just had ludicrous ranged and protection, and infantry on that long march just got deleted, right? Balloon supremacy. Honestly, if it wasn't for the balloons, he could have waited way longer before doing the big push. The Chaos Knights suck, though. 100 value. The most elite of warrior of Chaos Cavalry with 1 kill and 100 value. I clap for you. I clap for you, you poor Chaos Knights. And yeah, the balloons, they do force. They are a really good forcing tool. Because, like, if I desummon them and get even more units, then again, we kind of summoned everything, so. I'm sure there's a way you can win that as Chaos. But I think we kind of did the same thing again, right? You're just not ready for it? Just not ready for such hatred? Are trolls and Throg any good in multiplayer? Pizu, Broccoli, WM. Pizu, Broccoli. There you go. Trolls are not bad. Trolls are fine. They They have their weaknesses. Like, they get countered really hard by leadership breaking. So there's only a handful of situations where you can safely take them. Nice. So that solidly puts me in the lead. Ulrich Val's gonna be ahead of me regardless. If he wins his fight, we make it to semis guaranteed. If he doesn't, we're still probably gonna make it. Especially because Maximilianer had a bye round. Although if he goes 4-0, then that's something else, right? Ulrich Val is playing back Maximilianer. So it's probably Maximilianer, Ulrich Val, myself, and then it could be Danican or Charix. I think it's probably Danican or Charix after. Oh, they could both win, Danican and Charix. So my opponent points are at 8. Then again, they don't have that many opponent points. So they did lose a round. So Danican lost to Ulrich Val, just like me, at a later round. So we might tie. He might be ahead. Charix, though. They lost in round... They lost in round 1. Oh, to me, of all people. They lost to me, yes. So we'll be ahead of them. All right. Easy peasy. Hell yeah. All right, yo. Get wrecked, Charix. No semifinals for you. Unless Danican loses, then yeah. What's your favorite faction? Currently, probably Empire. Empire have so many types of builds and tools. It's just a fun time all around. And they don't have monstrous infantry, but they have monstrous cavalry, which I enjoy more. Oh, you can't manual fire in multiplayer. Someone mentioning I could manual fire with the sky junk. Doesn't work anymore. It got removed because it was too cheesy. You could burn ammunition on sky junk so fast before with the manual fire. Sad times to see it go. Yeah, it was because the Iron Blaster manual fire could shoot while in melee, so you would just run it, like you would run the Iron Blaster right into the chest of like a Keeper of Secrets and just fire into them, and they die instantly. It was hilarious. Probably broken, but I think I don't know, like it's kind of like grape shot in history, right? Don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes. That was pretty jokes. Doomdiver manual fire, also hilarious, but yeah. And play Dwarves. I want to play Dwarves, man. Them shotguns look hype. Yeah, it was so amazing. Like, it would just charge the Exalted, no fear. The only way to stop it was to rampage it. But yeah, I really want to run this dwarf build. Honestly, I feel like my Kislev's kind of falling off, but I'm happy if people still ban it. The thing is, I need to play Kislev enough for people to ban it in tournaments, but not so much that I actually get good at them. It's a balancing act. The balancing act of multiplayer. Because yeah, Turns Grand Finals always have it always has a ban system. Any chance we're gonna see Coast? If they fix range units, if they make them have beautiful line of sight, if they can shoot the units they can see, I will happily play Coast. But as it stands, so the deal breaker for Vampire Coast, if cavalry are engaged on your infantry, your guns should be able to shoot the cavalry on a flat plane. If they can't, you're done for. If a single entity disengages a range unit, and you have one soldier with this handgun beside like Archaon on his horse, and your guns don't shoot Archaon in his moment of vulnerability, then you're done for. If they can shoot Archaon right as he disengages and he eats a face full of lead, that's an easy way to get Lord Snipes. But without that, the playstyle just doesn't work. You would need to start bringing single entities. Suddenly don't have enough ground units to defend. And then you just become a normal coast build. Would you do one of those best of 9 on turns? I would love to. Unfortunately, they're a bit late. So sometimes I just get busy. I actually, I was invited to the last one he hosted, but I was busy. Yeah. If he does host some earlier though, and he might, then I could totally set some stuff up. But yeah, ranged units just need to be able to shoot big targets that are in melee. Assuming they have good line of sight. You full-time stream? I do. I'm a full-time YouTuber. Barely. Every time I say that, people are like, wow, you can really be full-time with such low viewers? I'm like, okay, you don't have to say it like that, but okay, man. Like, yeah, no, but it is, I can afford rent. I can afford food and extra games and stuff. My taxes are really low because I don't make that much. But it helps. It means that I have just enough to get by. And assuming I get any amount of growth, we'll get there. All right, how's the bracket looking? I am 2nd place, right below Ulrich Wall. Hell yeah. Ulrich Wall is still playing versus Maximillionaire with his vampire counts. Gun builds, by the way, versus vampire counts, I lose. If I go for a gun max against counts, it's probably over. I'm telling you guys that right now. I need someone else to kill Maxi. Scruffy believes in this channel. Look, the channel isn't going anywhere. We're not like losing viewership, really. Not like a dramatic amount. Also, yeah, 350 people plus 100 people on Twitch. So we're like halfway to 1,000. Here's the thing though, full-time streaming, you need about 1,000 viewers to make like, you know, like a proper salary. But like sometimes you just put up a really nice video and it's just like loads of viewers. I did actually get to 1,000 for a couple days. I think it was one of my edited videos plus winning turns grand finals and doing the Bretonia challenge. Like all of that combined, it's like skyrocketed the viewership for a bit. But like a stable 450 is like great. You mean 100 people plus 350 on YouTube? My bad, Noble. My bad. Yo, Luther Harkin. Yo, I want to play Gun Coast again. They gotta remove some of the nerfs. I think they did a bit on the Moringulls, right? They have terror again. Yeah, Moringulls cause terror again. That's a good start. Living in like low cost of living country makes it easier. Well, like, so I live in like Canada, right? I live in Ontario near the GTA. So housing prices are a little expensive, but like not unaffordably expensive. Everything else is pretty cheap. So yeah, we're chilling, man. We're chilling. And especially if I can get a consistent video upload schedule, then we're really good. So like the new series I'm putting out right now, where I'm kind of just like editing these streams in kind of like a more storyboard format, that seems to be doing pretty well. If I get like a consistent 10K views on each one of those videos I post, that would be huge, man. 20K and we get like some sponsors. Oh my god. So yeah, I'm not worried. As long as we don't like absolutely stagnate, but like I'm pretty good at mixing things up. Yo, I used to go rock climbing. There's people in chat that have mentioned places that I've rock climbed at. It's weird, man. It's weird. Yo, if I actually run into someone, I should just hit up all the Games Workshops, right? Does anyone here go to Games Workshop? Probably a good number of you, right? Good number of you paint minis. I'm sure there might even be one of you painting minis right now. Maximillionaire beat Ulrich Wall, but yeah, if I just start going to random Games Workshop and play, just like ask, hey, do you play Warhammer Total War? They've probably heard of Legend, right? If they play Total War. They've probably heard of Legend, which means that there's a chance they heard of me. Oh boy, now, that would be the saddest thing ever though, to do that. But it could be done. It could be done. Raid Shadow Legends, they don't give sponsorships anymore. And they don't give the big bucks. I think I asked for like $7,000 from them once, back when I was getting like 60,000 views a video. They turned me down, man. I knew they would turn me down, because 7,000 is an absurd number for like a 1-minute sponsorship. Hey, that feed me for like 2-3 months. Anyways, yeah, I just give it like, it was ludicrously high for like a 1 minute or like 30-second segment. But yeah. Or was it 7,000? It might have been more. It might have been more, it might have been less. I forget. Manscaped, though, as far as I know, they don't have any controversies, right? Oh, God. All right, yeah, we're just waiting for one more game to finish. Yeah, Manscaped's not bad. Yeah, I wanted to set up a sponsorship, but I can't get, like, I need a consistent series. That's kind of how you do sponsorships. So I need to find a video format that gets me like 30,000 plus views and then pump that out like crazy. Once companies see that it's a consistent high view count, then they'll start offering sponsorships. For 30,000, I could probably get like, you know, $500, you know, for like a 30-second, 1-minute segment. You know, 1 minute or 30 seconds, right? Just like a quick thing. So yeah, but the thing is, you need to get a lot of views. You gotta get a lot of views. 7K in your country could feed you for 2 years. God dang. Honestly, some sponsorships are crazy, man. The biggest sponsorship I got when I was at my peak, like the golden age of Anticity, I got over 10K for like an 8-minute video. That was crazy, man. That was crazy. But, you know, that only happened once. Only happened once. Boy, did that set me up, though. that set me up for, like, a while. Nowadays, though, I can't find sponsorships. Gotta get that videos out. That's why I've been doing a lot of editing, shorter streams. Oh, hell yeah. The thing is done. And the top 4 goes to Maximillionaire, Ulrich Wall, myself, and Charix. Serika, you missed up by 1 opponent point. Sorry to hear, good sir. Pizu, with the 3 wins, very low on opponent points. Unfortunate. But that means that we may begin. What happened to the watch sponsor? Oh yeah, roll cake. I just got busy. So when you're not getting a lot of views, you don't really try to grind sponsors. You grind like growing the channel more. So because my time and effort is limited, because I have to have a good work-life balance now, I just don't really have the time to work on that. It's not really worth the time. And I haven't contacted them in so long. I don't know if they still want to do the affiliate thing. At Ulrich Wall, you reverse me. At Charix, at Maximillionaire, reverse each other. All right. So let's not play against Slaanesh this time. How does that sound? I think that's a good start. That sounds like a solid way to start the day off. Your last map is Itza, by the way, which can be a janky map for ranged builds, but not impossible. We're on Decrepit Moor. Okay. I pay my humble €5. Yeah, honestly, any donations helps a lot. It helps a lot. Though, of course, you don't have to. Never feel like I'm suffering over here. We're doing great. Unless you talk about €5 to something else. Anyways, regardless, the idea is the same. I'll give you a $5 Canadian sponsorship. I got you. Yo, honestly, Correct, you've donated loads, man. Honestly, just watch it. If you just watch, you're probably fine. If you're just here, because then it gets other people to watch. It's great. You can leave a like. Comment below. Hey, Darstrix, thank you so much. Swiss francs. Include goblin hewers plus normal iron drakes. I'll try.
Hewers plus normal iron
I
drakes.
will try if I get dwarves. I can probably force dwarves. Let's see where they at. Like that's legitimately good, by the way. Although I haven't really used goblin hewers much, but like the damage is pretty through the roof against large targets. Do you do shorts? I do sweatpants. Even in the summer, I quite enjoy sweatpants. It's kind of my thing. Oh, YouTube shorts. Oh, I also do those. Yes. Look, people ask me random questions. All right. All right. Don't judge. I'm just. Great. Everyone knows I wear sweatpants. Oh God. YouTube sweatpants. Too personal. Too personal. End the stream now. We're getting canceled. Oh God. All right. Well, anyways. Shorts greater than sweatpants? Dude, I'm a skinny boy. I need layers. Do a short about YouTube sweatpants. Oh God. Yeah, I used to spam them whenever I got like interesting plays in the game, but I've kind of been using those as my intro to videos lately. So yeah. Like most of the shorts make really good content for video intros. Yo, literally, because I don't go out a lot, right? I wear almost like 99% of the time I'm wearing sweatpants. Ooh, yeah, I should get sweatpants sponsorship. Yo, that'd be hype. Milk Brain sweatpants. What type of fabric? I don't know. I'm not checking, all right? I think it's cotton. 100% silk-like cotton. Yo, I did actually see one time. I think my family was vacationing in China. We went to a silk workshop. And they were selling 100% silk-like polyester. It felt like polyester. Especially when you're walking around the shop feeling up all the silk. And then you feel the polyester. You're like, bro. Oh my God. It was hilarious. But yeah, it was it was a fun experience. I got to see silkworms and stuff. Is it ethical? I don't know, man. I was like 10, all right? Don't judge me. My parents picked the location, so before you cancel me, all right? I had no say in the matter. But yeah, anyways. Cotton is peak, though. Yeah, cotton's great. Yeah, polyester's cheap, though, man. It's fine. There's Goodwills. Goodwills near me, right? Thrift stores and all that. Buying used clothing, oh my gosh. Cheapest thing in the world. Because what you have is you have the wealthier people, right? That like to cycle through clothing. So they end up donating like very well, like, you know, put together clothing, right? Like it's barely been used. You can buy it for super cheap. It's good for the environment. You just, yeah, you just do that. It's good thrift stores. If you're trying to save money, you don't have to. You can donate to thrift stores. That's pretty nice. I did have to look up once. It's just like, am I too rich to shop at a thrift store? The answer is no. You can be wealthy and shop at thrift stores. As long as you're not like buying out the whole inventory. You know, it's fine. You're fine. But yeah, honestly, the clothing is great, man. It feels amazing. They're like luxury brands. It's so great. You get all your clothes unethically from Temu. Classic. All right, anyways, all our calls coming. Here we go. And vlogging when? A vlog would be funny, but probably not anytime soon unless I like hard switch to vlogging. Right now, Warhammer is my grind. You can't do two things at once. There was a quote where it's like, you know, if you're already struggling with one channel, struggling with 2 channels will not fix your problems. So yeah. Get ready with my shorts. Alright, here we go. Ulrich Wall, he's banning 2 factions. If he bans dwarves, I can't do your suggestion, Danikin. If I lose, I flagellate myself with Sigmar stream when? That is bannable, right? If you're flagellating yourself. What if it's your religion? What if I'm praying to Sigmar? Would that be allowed? Are you allowed to religiously flagellate yourself on a stream? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. I can zoom in on the flagellants. We can look at a video game of people flagellating themselves for their religion, I guess. Weird how the life is, but you know, I guess it is a game. As long as there's no blood. All right, sick. He bans ogres and Kislev. Hell yeah. So I can go. He doesn't ban ogres and Kislev. What a mad lad. Come on, give it to me, Ulrich. So that means he's worried about ogres and Kislev, though. That's a good sign. Interesting Kislev, though, given they just beat them with Slaanesh, but he knows I'm probably not going to play Slaanesh. What's it gonna be? God, worshipping Nurgle, please. The Nurgle quotes in this game are too disturbing. He bans ogres and Kislev. Okay. I'll play dwarves. Give it to me, Ulrich. Give me your worst. Give me your worst. The Crippen Moor, big old flat map. This one's it's basically the same as the other map, but a bit wider. And the capture points are not in a line. What's he gonna give? So I'm playing dwarves. He picks his 3 factions. Kislev. Wait, no. Empire, Batonia. Batonia would be madness. Empire, hard maybe. Norska's madness. Beastman, maybe. Slaanesh, probably. Come on. What's he gonna do? Come on, Ulrich. We got a match to play. Nurgle cooking stream when? Sounds like a waste of food, man. Full gunline dwarves just win. Well, we did get a donation to bring, what was it? Goblin Hewers and Iron Drakes. Some very high DPS units, right? Alright, Ulrich. Come on, man. We've been waiting for years. I've been here for my entire life. Come on. Jeez, man. This is why he was taking so long for the other rounds, wasn't it? I think he has something like he has to tend to IRL. Or something like that. Norska's a fraud faction. Give it a couple months. Every time a faction gets a DLC, it's amazing for them. Them DLCs are spicy. Slaanesh, Beastman, Norska. I'll play versus Norska. Let's go. Let's go. He's dead. He's dead. No way we lose this. Ain't no way. Actually, though, Norska's pretty chumpy. They're pretty chumpy versus dwarves. Nagash DLC. Give it 5 more years. Okay, so the big thing about Norska is that they have chariots. The end. That's it. That's all I gotta worry about. Actually, though, like, what do I really have to worry about? Is there anything I really have to worry about? I feel like Norska's like extremely chumpy. Am I crazy? I might just be crazy. Mayhaps I am insane. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna die. I just have to get my money spendings proper here. Let's see here. How do I spend my money right? Oh god, dwarven money shenanigans are the worst. Okay, definitely one of these. Oh, beautiful. All right, what's that? Where's that? Here we go. Full gun line, do it. I'm very tempted. I'm very tempted. Let's see. So we get rid of that, and then I take one of. Yeah, and then I take one of these. There we go. Oh my god, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And then I take, yeah, then I take these. Take me some of these. And crap, really? Huh? Okay. There's some things that stop me from making this work exactly how I want it to, but this will be good enough. I think nobody's gonna be complaining about this type O build. So yeah, I just have to take me one of these, and then we're done. Yeah, I think this is the sickest build in the world. I think there's nothing you can do. Hewers are gun adjacent. Yeah. Ooh, I should change my banner, right? What's a fun banner we can do? Crack a Drac? Gotta go Crack a Drac, man. Crack a Drac dwarves? Are the Crack a Drac dwarves even still in the game, or did they get replaced with Malachi? Did they move? Does anyone know what happened to Crack a Drac? Tide of Torment without Vampire Coast. I think most people are thinking it's going to be High Elves. I think they will actually have a DLC with Tide in the name. But look, High Elves are pretty seafaring. Slaanesh, that lord, they used to be a High Elf, right? And then you have the last faction, which is the Norskins, which are also seafaring raiders, right? It all checks out. Maybe there'll be 4 lords. That's why it took them so long, because there's 4 of them. And then it's gonna be Coast. And then they're gonna have Nagash as the 5th faction. It'll be sick immediately after. And there'll be a new golden age of Warhammer. Done. Free LC Coast would be god tier. Holy crap. A Vampire Coast free LC? Give them like a free LC lord in Cathay. Because there is a Chinese lady in history that ended up being like one of the scariest pirates ever. As the story goes, she like retired. She was so threatening, she convinced the government to just absolve her of her crimes and then just let her retire. And then she ran a brothel for the rest of her life. It was crazy. And they can totally add that, right? Like, that's totally how Warhammer handles their lore. They just steal from history. Like, come on. Come on! It writes itself. Issues Metal AF. Rune of Speed. Oh god, Rune of Speed. Hopefully they'll buff those spells one day. Those rune magic. Just buff them all. Hey, government. Why don't you just pay me not to be a pirate? And then they did. What the crap? Have you ever visited the UK? I did. I went on vacation with my fam to London and then Paris. And it was great. I went to the Louvre. I saw the Mona Lisa. I saw the Arc of Triumph. It was all right. It was fine, you know. It's fine. I went to I went to their aquarium. You know, I would highly recommend if you're in Paris, check out their aquarium. It's just a normal aquarium, but I think it's jokes to go all the way to Paris just to see that. There were some jellyfish. They were cute. Just little itty bitty jellies. Oh, finally. The long wait is over. Let's go. Yo, Fishmen confirmed. Fishmen. Lore Master Stotek talked about Fishmen. I think a Fishmen DLC would be great as the third faction. Then, yeah, then you can have, like, you know, water settlements that you can conquer or something. I don't know. Wait till we go to Liverpool. Alright. Here we go. So it's Norska. They got beasts. They have chariots. They have a whack load of everything. That can be painful. But here's the thing. As the dwarves, I have artillery. Norska don't have no artillery. Nor can they probably shut it down either. Fishmen campaign, only naval battles. They add a whole naval battle system for the fishmen. Imagine the aquatics potential. Dude, aquatics is like the weirdest mechanic. You see it on like 1 out of 20 maps. Overcrawl, why? Why? At least the tournament's going by pretty quickly. We're less than 3 hours in and we're already at semis. So 6 rounds for like 6 rounds for 3 hours is a pretty good pace. It'll be a little over 3 hours, but it's not a terrible pace. Imagine if coast spells would flood the map. Dude, I'm so sad they didn't add tree burning. I thought 3 Kingdoms was going to be like their debut of tree burning mechanics. Also, I got your Iron Drakes, by the by. I thought it would be their debut of like forest burning mechanics, but then they didn't. And I'm sad. I'm very sad. But such is life. Anyways, I have only units with ammunition in this build. Only units with ammunition. So if I use the Iron Drakes and put them up front and let my Thunderers shoot at them, that should work out pretty well. Goblin Hewers are great. We put them in the middle to defend my boys. There we go. And I'm just gonna scoot my way forwards, control this area, and then slowly push towards one of these points. Here we go. He has an army of 15. Good handful of units. Malachi, Mikayason. So I can... Yeah, I did have to take Brotherhood of Grimnir, by the way. I ran out of slots for my dudes, but should still be fine. Pit of Shades makes sense. At least it got nerfed. Wolfric over there. He's coming on in on it.
We have a victory point.
Blasting charges are good, though. So I just want to park myself, like, right there. Right there, and we'll get these. Grimdelvers. You'll never see it coming. Yeah, Pit of Shades kind of sucks now. For sure, man. For sure. It's in a little bit of an awful state. So that's a slight hill. I'll park my cannons on that. That'll go pretty well. Can get my Thunderer Grudge Rakers coming on in. I already have all my Thunderers here. So let's just roll on out. Slayers are moving. And he has a big old tide of men. That's why you're bringing blasting charges. So blasting charges are really good as long as they don't get pummeled by the chariots and such. As long as you can avoid that, it ain't too bad. Malachi might be able to rip some pot shots in on that Fimir dude. That'll be pretty hype. Get him to cower away just a little bit more. And then they're just going to keep spamming miners because that is a lot of dudes he has here, right? Okay, get him, Malachi. You got this. So we just gotta space out as much as possible. Cannons can rip some shots into those Marauder great weapons. Very nice. Just getting a little bit of poke action. And I don't have to overextend here. Like, the cannon is already trading well. It will do fine for the situation at hand. Let's get our Thunderers here, because it looks like he's going pretty hard for that flank. We must adjust for such circumstances. Definitely do want another miner with blasting charges here, though. Dude, this thing is not capturing, is it? I'm just gonna move up just a smidge. All right, here we go. Guns abound. He whiffs the boat. I accidentally dodged it. That's hilarious. Okay, there we go. Point is now secured. Now, do I summon a unit here to kill off those ice wolves? It's not like he has that many other dudes nearby. So mayhaps they can get it done. Okay, there's the capture point. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. A little bit of lag. Totally fine, totally fine. Yeah, it's just a doggo unit. So I don't know how this pans out. I think the shotguns are probably gonna wreck the dogs, though. Miners can get the party started early. He's really going hard on this flank, so if I engage him there right now, that might actually wreck him. Because it kind of screws with the timing of his attack, right? Doggos are getting shot up real bad right now. That's just painful. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn over here, right? Grimdelvers I have to be really careful with. They're not stealth, I don't think. So, we gotta be real careful. It's a good volley, though. And he's pulling back. I do still have my capture points, too. That's plus. He brings in some chariots. All right. So we've secured our right flank. It's just Wolfric there. I want to back up just a smidge, though. I don't think we want to take that fight. Cannons can just keep on scooting up. I'm trying to get him to take a bad fight here. We just want to take one bad fight. Because once the battle gets going, things are gonna start happening very quickly. They will be happening extraordinarily fast. Yeah, he's going real hard on this. Okay. Well, I have all my boys here. Iron Drakes can start scooting on up. Cannons are going away. Those are just Norskan wolves. They're not that scary, I don't think. Yeah, and he's not going to capture the point. Okay. The thing is, when the big fight gets started, I'm going to have to recapture, right? It's not so simple. Get the Norgrimlings over here. Just hard push this side. Like, technically, nothing can really kill the Norgrimlings, but I think they're better suited for this location. Okay, there we go. Cannons away. Hey, shot at the Fimir. Hell yeah. I like that. Okay, so he's still trying to capture that with the doggos. I could prevent that, though. Pretty easily. That's not the biggest of deals. And yeah, it looks like he wants to make that big push now. So I can just keep the miners there and then just start posting up. Alright, here we go. So Norgrimlings are here. Ready to hold the fort. Center line is actually being hard pushed right now. So I'm going to need to relocate. Because he's moving his infantry that way. I'm going to get a pretty decent shot here, at least. Dogs on my boys, though. Okay, that makes sense. That's going to hurt pretty hard. And okay, yeah, so he did have a cav charge for my artillery pieces. That's totally fine, though. These are slayers. The cannons I don't care about as much. They are just cannons. So I should just be able to blast them up. Nice. We go with the doggos. And here comes the big fight. Unfortunately, many of my dudes are out of position. Come on, reman that artillery piece. There you go. Let's go. Huh. Holy crap, these guys are not shooting, though. Kind of unfortunate. At least my hewers are doing fine. That's pretty good. It's a big old charge. He's going for Malachi. So he really wants him dead. Makes sense, makes sense. I could probably get some Brotherhood of Grimnir over here. They can cook very hard. You can see how annoying those boys over there are doing. Iron Breakers are doing well. Yeah, Iron Drakes, I mean. Iron Drakes are really good. Iron Drakes are magnificent. Because they just don't rout, right? His chariot over here just got massacred too. Hell yeah. There we go. There we go. There's a rout. That's huge. If I can just keep them firing away, we're doing great. Come on, blasting charges. This is your one job. You had one job. That's such a huge mosh pit, man. If I can just get my blasting charges in there, it's game over. It's super game over if I can just get in there. So I don't need my artillery piece anymore. I can get rid of that. Malachi lives. Let's just run to the safety of your forces. Maybe we can kill Wolfric too. Big old blast and charge volley doing pretty nice. But we're gonna have to be very careful with Malachi, right? Very, very careful indeed. Ticket wise, we're pretty close. Nothing too insane going on. Flamethrowers are doing great. Blasting charges from these guys are doing okay. Let's just bring in more Iron Breakers, why don't we? This is gonna be a tussle though. This is gonna be a close one. I can feel it. Alright, I got Slayers on Wolfric. Hopefully that does well. Nor Grimlings are coming on in hot. Alright. Malachi's still alive. Run, Malachi, run. Oh boy, Malachi. Yeah, he dies. Okay. Alrighty. It's okay. Value trading wise is not okay though. I think we're dead. I think we're dead. Dang it. Yeah, his chariots are too much, aren't they? I think they're a little too much. Dang. Yeah, nah, it's over. It's over. What does Malachi bring to the table? He's another range unit. I had to meme. I had to meme. Oh, no. Yeah, Ulrich Wall's a land battle veteran, so he's a lot more used to fighting these ultra range builds. And microing his chariots well. Honestly, Trollhammers would have been better, but I didn't really have space for them, right? Anything else I can bring? Just more of these dudes. Did the Goblin Heroes do well? Eh. Goblin Heroes did okay, nothing crazy. Yeah, I'm tabled now. Dang. Such is life, such is life. This is the second time Ulrich Wall has beat me with the memes. I wonder if a Thunder Barge would have beat him. Probably not, right? I probably needed like one gyrocopter to force him forwards. I think one gyro would have won me the game, because then he can't stall. And then I can just take a super early fight. I think that was my big issue. He had one Manticore, but like a Manticore's not gonna do that much. Yeah, alright. GG! Well played! Well played. Such is life. Yeah, I thought the one cannon would be enough of a forcing tool. Alright, how was the Valley though? So Malachi did nothing. Although he did blob up the heroes for a good amount of time. Blasting charges were kind of janky. I'm surprised they didn't. Some of them weren't shooting their volleys off right away. I don't know what's happening there. Guns did... Nah, not very good. Unfortunate. Thunderers did okay, though. Goblin Heroes? I don't know how I feel about the Goblin Heroes. They didn't really have a target, right? You need, like, a large target. They're kind of janky. Dang. Cathay games are glorious, though. Such is life. I think if I did have a gyrocopter, though, I probably could have pressured him really hard, right? Or like one gyro bomber. One gyro bomber in the air, I think, absolutely ruins them. The cannon, yeah, it was an okay forcing tool. It's a very okay forcing tool, nothing too crazy. Honestly, the Iron Drakes, I don't know how to make them work. Such is life, though. Such is life. You win by the gun build, you die by the gun build. We move on to the last match. Lobby code And spec slot, please. We get to watch a nice finals. Should be good. These guys do well? Actually, not that bad. Kind of expensive, though. Kind of felt like he just had everything he needed. I needed, like, yeah, I think just a gyro. Just a gyro. Cathay was sick, though. I like the Cathay plays. Let's see. You probably... Yeah, I think the Goblin Hero... I feel about the Goblin Heroes. So, like, you get one Gyro Bomber. Probably cut the Iron Drakes. And then go for, like, Troll Hammers to kill off the Chariots, and you're fine. Gyrocopters do pay for themselves, yes. If they use their bombs and such. Double Rune of Wrath and Ruin. Darstrix. I'm out of the tournament, man. That was... that was semi.
Double Rune of Wrath and
You've
Ruin
done enough.
cast to plus Goblobber.
You've done enough. Thank you for the donation, though. Very much appreciated. I've never tried Goblin Heroes before, though. I'm happy to be surprised, always, with the suggestions. Next time, then. Next time. Wrath and Ruin's really bad, though. I don't think I can go double Wrath and Ruin caster. I don't think I might at most, I might just take the Goblobber, because I usually don't use that. But yeah. Alright, here we go. Ooh, Charix? Is it a Charix match? I think Charix made it. God dang. Or did he make it? You play multiplayer outside of tournaments? Nah. Oh my gosh, he did make it. From the depths, he arises. Ah, hell yeah. Alright. High Elves versus Bretonia? Is that actually what the matchup's gonna be? Please don't tell me it's so. Interesting. Alright. Rune of Wrath and Ruin pays for itself in one cast. Define pays for itself. So, Rune of Wrath and Ruin, if you cast it on a unit of Marauders and you take off 1/3 of their HP, it pays for taking the rune, right? You still have to factor in the Runesmith and the lack of defense you get. 150 gold? What about the Runesmith? That's like saying Burning Head pays for itself in one cast. Or, okay, more appropriately for abilities. I don't know, like... What's a lore that we don't see very often? I don't know, you could say like Arbal the Undefeated, right? You can just use a spawn summon and it pays for itself. But you gotta factor in the Lord and the hero too. Brutality. Man, I'm really surprised at how well he did that engage, though. Alric played that really well. He played that one really, really well. I really need, with these defensive builds, I need to get used to taking more forcing tools. I think that's my big misplay. So range builds will only really do well earlier in the game when they have to rush you early. The later they rush you, the less of a disadvantage they have for attacking into the defender side of the map. Optimally, I would force them to attack me like immediately. Kind of goofed. I kind of had my range units out of position too on the right flank. A lot of them weren't really shooting. So I probably should have just deathballed it instead of trying to like cover the whole flank. And then that probably would have done it, I think. I guess the Goblin Heroes are probably not as bad as I'm rating them either. Because if you compare them to Slayers, they're basically Slayers with slightly more range. So it's not that bad. I think it was just the Gyrocopters. I think it was just the Gyrocopters, and I don't really know how to micro Iron Drakes properly. Yeah. One Gyro Bomber. Next time. The foot infantry, though, is too fun to pass up, though. We even got a miracle versus Charix with that Greenskin game. Double balloon. Quad gyrocopter. Yeah, I really wanted to face the foot style, though. I really want just the pure infantry style to work. Because we know mass gyrocopters beats Norska. I'll already beat Norska with mass gyrocopters. It's true. Never respect the dwarves. Next dwarf DLC, Iron Drakes riding discs of Zinj. I guess, okay, technically brimstone guns are supposed to be that, but they're not really, are they? Yeah, such is life. Honestly, I could play dwarves a bit better though, for sure. I could get better at dwarves. I think if I was like a god tier dwarf player, because you need to like preset your positioning. There's a few rules of thumb that I missed out on. Such is life. Hey, Craft here. Thank you for the 2 Canadian. Congrats on the cafe wins. Are you any coaching today? Nah, I have stuff to do later.
Congrats on the cafe
So,
wins.
coaching tomorrow
Also,
though.
any
Very likely
coaching
coaching
today?
tomorrow. Dark Elves win. I was very tempted to play Dark Elves today and just go for mass range builds and take like 1,000,000 crossbows, but the powder was calling to me. All right, here we go though. Grand finals abound. Spicy meatballs for Dark Elves. Is it does it involve assassins? Does it involve assassins? I've seen people do some cool plays there. The magic spam is also pretty good for Dark Elves. If you tell me to take a dragon, we're gonna lose. We can't just take the dragon. Involves magic. Oh, hell yeah. I've done my fair share of magic experimenting. We'll see, though. If I've already experimented with it before and we know we're gonna lose, I can't do it in good faith. We'll still only take it if we think we'll win. What's a game DPI? I think it's 1400. Greenskins and Norska. Oh boy, all right. I'm putting my money on. I'm putting my money on. I don't know, man. I don't know. So Norska has skin wolves. Olagwal's gonna bring in the chariots, but pump wagons are just so good right now. I think if Charix has pump wagons, he wins. I think pump wagons and cavalry delete Norska infantry. You broke your hand recently and have been using voice, and you can't get it to say ethnicity? Oh god. Is it defaulting to ethnicity? I hope you get better soon, by the way, Brandon. Braden? Brad. I would say Greenskins. I think Charix is really good. But Greenskins is a little low tier compared to Norska right now. Redeemed a stretch, thank you. Gotta stretch the legs. Working as a streamer means that you totally do not move your legs often. It is very important to get up every once in a while. Thank you for that. Kim's. Ethnicity versus intensity battle. Oh, that's why I saw intensity earlier. Intensity. Oh, that's hilarious. You need to make a losers bracket for your tourneys. So it's a Swiss tournament, and then it's a top 4. So that's why we can lose one game. Technically, it honestly, Swiss format is basically losers bracket anyways, because very often we like lose one round. But if you only drop one round in the tournament, you will typically win, unless you're losing in semis or finals. So it works. I am interested to see what your Dark Elf shenanigan is, so far, the one that worked the best was the Warriors of Chaos Lord Snipe into Undead. That was actually OP. The other ones are kind of janky. Like the Spirit Leech. I did win that one, though, despite the Spirit Leech D-summon strat. D-Horner. I ain't saying it. Alright, anyways, they're getting ready. I'm excited for this match. Some very high tier players. They're both RTK. And I really wonder how a gyro bomber would have done there. Would he have been able to prevent the damage from a gyro bomber? I feel like I really want to go like 5 Honestly, I think the 5 mobility build is probably good enough to win if he's taking axe throwers. You just take 5 mobility and some guns on the ground and then he's screwed, right? Yeah, Rancid Visitations, Forbidden Rod is crazy good. Because you actually spend the Winds of Magic way faster than Spirit Leech. That's about it, though. Braden. Oh, it's Braden. Oh, okay. Thank you, thank you. Dang, man, I wish I could have beat Norska. I could have taken the spice and just one gyro bomber. It's always... It's too easy to blame the memes, but I really should have had one gyro bomber. He just waited out the cannon. He just waited it out. I wonder if it was a map problem too. Vanguarding was a little janky. Okay, Charix just kind of got... well, the thing is, I had cavalry. The cavalry is what won it in the end. Though, he also had a really bad build with the whole Arachnarok spider thing. I wonder, do you think he's going to run the Arachnarok spider? The shooty spider? Probably not against Norska, right? But I wonder if he's been dabbling with the Arachnaroks lately. Yo, flying slayers? That would be hype. Give dwarves a flying slayer unit. Instantly best faction in the game. Yeah, the Norskan chariots, they got mass buffed, I think, a while ago. A lot of people have been running ice wolves. Wonder what the best way to take them out. It's probably trollhammer torpedoes. Saw someone bring double flinger spider versus Norska a few days ago. Double flinger spider. Interesting. Is that good? Is that good? I guess it's a solid forcing tool. They don't have artillery or range to kill it, but like, don't you just have no units? Do they get surrounded by skin wolves and die, or do they kill skin wolves? One wonders. Shooty spider's really good though. I've tried it out once and I was not that impressed, but I also didn't use it properly. I'm really interested to see what these guys bring today. So, Greenskins versus Norska. Let us see. God dang it, Charix. What are you editing? Imagine. Can it work? I don't know. Alright, here we go. Honestly, I will say, I am just happy that I made it semis. I straight up, when I was booting up the stream, I was like, it's ranged only. Ranged units are so janky right now. There's no way. There's no way I make it to semis. The fact that I beat Greenskins was pretty nice. That was probably the highlight. But I think against any player that plays it properly, I think it's impossible for Range Max to win. Unlike Cav Max. Cav Max, you have a game for most builds. Why are range units so janky though? They don't have line of sight a lot of the time. So they will lose out a few seconds, and sometimes they'll walk forwards when you give them a right click. Specifically when units are on top of other units. Now, there's a way to work around it. Some people are really good at like securing good line of sight. For whatever reason, I'm just really bad at getting my units to shoot. I think what they're doing is they're not assigning attack commands, and that's probably helping them out. Is this gonna be a YouTube video? Maybe. I think the first few games are really interesting, but it's kind of disappointing, the loss. But I turned the Norskan one into a YouTube video. Or not the Norskan, the Greasus one. Even though we lost that one. Give me some time. Give me some time. I have to settle down with the loss. Internalize it. Realize that it's totally fine. I think the first few games are really interesting. Maybe, maybe. I'll give it a hard maybe. Range units aim center mass. I think they shoot at the closest unit sometimes. When it comes to single entities, they tend to shoot at center mass. Sometimes with like spiders and such, they'll aim slightly higher, and that'll make their missiles barely miss. You see this with archers, but I think CA fixed that one a while ago. Make them, I could just do one on the Cathay one, and just do like a few of them. That would be fun. That would be a fun showcase. Maybe. Mayhaps. I'm not starved for content to edit, though. We have so much. You always have. Tormentor Sword and Fungi. Oh, wait, he did go double spider. Yo, Maximilian, you're right. Vindictive Glare. No, Gorgle fix it. I like it. All right, so that's a good mobility winner. Norska has, Ulrich Rahl's been liking these heavy infantry Norska builds. So he doesn't go skirmishers like I do. He goes very hard on the infantry. Webs have been slung. It does hurt their vigor. We'll see if that makes a difference. The flinging. Interesting. Wolfric has his boat. Hunter of Champions. All makes sense. Ice Trolls. Very nice. They got decent armor. Slowing effect. Armor piercing damage. Greenskins don't have a lot of tools to route and chase trolls off either. Ulrich Rahl flexing the fact that he did play Warhammer 2, so he can dodge artillery for days. Skill that is learned by getting kited for days and having to rush properly. Not as cool as Doom Divers. Correct. Doom Divers are hype. And... oh. Whiffs with the eggs. Honestly, Vigor's still fine. I don't know what that sound is, though. What is that sound? I'm gonna zoom out from there. There's his caster. The burning head. Oh, man. Is it really the spiders? Some weird sound effects going on. Anyways, they do land a couple more shots on the Marauder Javelins. If enough Marauder Javelins go down, it's gonna be very hard for Norska to actually kill these things. They are still Arachnarok spiders, so they come in hot with anti-large 20. Gives them 70 melee attack. They'll massacre Wolfric if given the opportunity. But maybe with the net. Oh, he gets smacked in the butt. No chance to counterattack the Night Goblin War Boss. He's out for blood. Lands 2 attacks but gets surrounded at Hunter of Champions. Oh, very, very big misplay from Charix. Not on his game today, man. The very rare misplay. You don't see him screw up like this a lot of the time. Although maybe it's a bait. Looks like his Lord may still survive. Gets a rampage on Wolfric to try and get him to target literally anyone else. As you can see, he's kind of stuck on that one troll. Does disengage. Burning Head drops though. The trolls get routed. Wolfric's rampage. This guy barely sticks around, surprising, but he does lose his Savage Orc Big Guns, which is a very big loss. Big old Broken Tusk Mob show up though. The rest of the infantry are just grinding. I will say the Javelins are way out of position though. And that's a pretty big loss for Ulrich Rahl, but he's still doing fairly well in the value trading. Good cap control, well, exactly what you'd expect out of Charix. And the archers got to shoot for a while. These guys already probably paid for themselves. Close to it anyways. Maybe not. They're already doing pretty good though. Wolfric's injured while the spiders remain at fairly good health. Skin Wolves probably can't do too much damage because of the Broken Tusk Mob. Ooh, but a massive Burning Head. Roasted toasties those Savage Orcs and they get routed off. Honestly, looking pretty sus, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. The Norskan Mantide is pretty brutal right now. There's a ton of Marauder Spearmen. He has some Norskan Ice Trolls going ham. The Greenskins don't really have a lot of melee, though trading-wise it stays still fairly even, but the loss of the Broken Tusk Mob is huge, man. It's huge. Got the Tormentor Sword, though, on the Trolls. Is he gonna do anything? Buys him time to get a charge on the Javelins. I guess that's okay. But yeah, losing those Savage Orcs is brutal. Borg Cavalry over here. They got sticky webbed. Really? You can friendly fire? That's so sad. All right. Yeah, Norskan's kind of cooking right now. Unless he can kill off Wolfric. I think that's his big out. Because his infantry just suck into Norskan infantry, okay? Berserkers are insane. His cavalry's not gonna do well against a man-tide. The broken Tusk Mob, yeah, they get buffed. Have they paid for themselves though? 600 value. He's looking for like 1,000 gold on these guys. It's only halfway there. The mangy marauders are here. I don't know, man, Maximilian here. The sound is the Norskan rage ability. Oh, weird. It's so loud. Anyways, yeah, I don't know how I feel about these fighters. You could say he lost a little bit of HP on his lord, right? But like, if he can't take a melee grind, like, is he doing anything to get any value? I don't know, man. Like, yeah, they can kind of snipe Wolfric, but like, they just clear infantry so slowly. Look at it, it's getting shredded. I don't think it was a misplay. Like, I think Norska could have A-moved. I think any half-decent A-move with Norska wins it here. I think the build's not it. These things cost like almost 2,000, man. Now, he could still, he could still Lord Snipe, okay? I'll give it that. There's a low chance that he gets a Lord Snipe, but his single entities are dead, so you can't really make good use of them. He gets a good charge on the Javelins, though. That's pretty cool. I think Ulrich Wall's kind of figured out Norska, though, right? Seems like he kind of just knows. He knows to trust the man-tide with Norska. It just seems like the melee frontline prowess is too powerful. Because we've seen him do this a couple times now, right? Against Dwarves, against Greenskins. What would lose here? How does this Norskan build lose? He's playing it a lot like Khorne, actually. He's playing it a lot like Khorne. So, yeah, honestly, pretty spooky. You know, I usually underrate Norska, but it looks like they're cooking pretty hard. Norskan Javelins are really good, too, when you're man-tiding. You have a lot of shoving power here. And you just have so many dudes. You just have so many marauders, right, that they can't do much. Your mobility stops your infantry from getting punished, too. There goes the spider. And yeah, Ulrich Wall with another very decisive victory. Well played. Look at this bad boy. Wrathmongers beat this. Yeah, I guess if you take your own melee build. But it's just a melee rush versus a melee rush. And Norska's pretty good at melee. I don't know how they do versus Khorne. Big old charge on the Night Goblin Shaman. Yeah, dang, look at that. These guys are dead. And it's over. God dang, yo, that was crazy. That was crazy. Yeah, no, it was a massacre. That was not even close. Ragnarok Spiders got 1,000 each. Pretty brutal. Yeah, he just man-tided. He just done man-tided it. So he brought, he didn't have any spears, just the one. Honestly, I might copy this style. That's pretty cool. This is definitely an easy style to copy. You just take some javelins, you just A-move, you just spam these guys. Like, this is classic RTK. Like, this is totally man-tide meta. It is versus Greenskins. Would it work versus, like, the spicier factions, like Slaanesh? Would it work versus Khorne? I guess it is man-tide. To beat a man-tide, you need, like, a lot of deeps. Greenskins can't really kite in this situation. I think you need, yeah, you probably need mobility, kite, and a big old single entity, like a Volkmar or something. The Wolfric kind of bullies it. Interesting, huh? Does Warhammer 3 have any other clans other than RTK? I know, right? Surprising. Well, there you go. Yeah, Norska dominance. Wow, look at that. There are a lot of people that play land battle. But it doesn't get as much viewership because Turin doesn't cast it as much and he's the main multiplayer guy. Dang, yo, that's crazy. I wonder, like, if I was playing, if I was, like, playing Empire, right? And I went man-tide into that, would I even be able to do well? Probably if I bring some Pistoliers and just skirmish them. I think having a handful of skirmishers at the start is a really nice forcing tool into that. And then you just have to go, like, really wide yourself. Bring in some cavalry. The thing is, he's using infantry and Skittles. Honestly, yeah, it's classic Manti. Very good to know. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me today. I said I was going to be busy, so we will have to tap out. I hope you guys had a wonderful time, though. Finalize that tournament. Congratulations to Ulrich Rahl. Congrats to Ulrich Rahl with the Norskan victory. And yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. I gotta grind Warcraft 3 too, but it's gonna be a Warhammer stream tomorrow. Anyways, peace out. Bye bye. Have a wonderful time.